Welcome back, Truth Seeker. It is Wednesday, March 20th, 2022. It's the Sunday night show. Again, if you want to be a participant tonight, very simple instruction. Just please send me an email to gematriaeffectnews@gmail.com. And just in the heading, put Sunday show. And I will send you a link. And all you got to do is click on that link. When you click on the link, it'll put you in the room. And then as soon as I see your little face or your icon pop up, I add you to the live stream and you're a part of it. And again, the purpose of this Sunday night show is to hopefully get new names and faces on here each week. People come on and share, what brought them to this work, where they're putting out their work, what platform are they using, and just find out who's all in the community, who's doing the work, and who needs the recognition. And of course, we can also talk about weekly events, what's on people's minds. And what's on my mind is how we're less than a month away from Oklahoma City, April 19th. And a few days ago, I did put out the document on the Patreon page. And I'd put it somewhere else, but the Patreon page is perfect for this because you can put a PDF document there and somebody can just download it, no problem. So you don't have to be a member of my Patreon to download the document. But if you do go to my Patreon page, you should see it in the public post dated March 17th, hashtag OKC April 19th PDF document. And just click that little red or orangish link. It should download to your download files. And again, it's a PDF. So as long as you have a PDF reader, which are absolutely free to download, shouldn't have any problem opening the document. You're more than welcome to print it. And again, for all the people who are planning on helping out on April 19th to get out the word about what's going on, the document was designed to, give you some good talking points to share with somebody. And let me see if I can make the document itself show up on the screen. There must be a way to do it. Let me try this out here real quick. Let me see if I can get the actual document up there. Let's see, did that work? It says it does not have permission to share it. Well, somewhere, I hate all the security settings. I must have to do some security settings somewhere for it to show up. Too much security. That's okay. I'll read the document so you can see what's on it. Again, here's the place to download it. And then the document reads, Oklahoma City, April 19th, 1995 is the date in history the Oklahoma City bombing occurred. An attack blamed on former U.S. military member Timothy McVeigh, along with his accomplice Terry Lynn Nichols. And what makes this date important is that the Jesuit order, the powerful military order that operates on behalf of the Roman Catholic Church, created its first superior general on this day in history, Ignatius of Loyola, April 19th, 1541. And what makes this beyond coincidence is when you know the Jesuits' Kabbalah-based code Gematria. In this language of Gematria, numbers become words based on the alphabetic order. And through this code, you can see the ritual. And in Gematria, the Jesuit order equals 201, Ignatius of Loyola equals 201, Timothy McVeigh equals 201, Terry Lynn Nichols equals 201, Jorge Mario Bergoglio equals 201. And I also point out that a military personnel file is a 201 file. Then it goes on. The last name on the list, Jorge Mario Bergoglio, is the birth name of Pope Francis, the first publicly Jesuit pope, and the first to live in Suite 201 at the Vatican. Keep in mind his name is Francis, and the Jesuits were created in Paris, France, not to mention the last French pope was the 201st. As for Timothy McVeigh, he was sentenced to death on June 13th, 1997. This matters because it is the day leaving 201 days in the year. It is also the date in history the Office of War Information was established, June 13th, 1942. And if you're not aware, it is the department dedicated to military propaganda, which is what the patsies Timothy McVeigh and Terry Nichols equated to. The reason this is important to know is because Oklahoma City is not unique. Instead, it is one of many events in history perpetrated against humanity to create needless conflict that benefits the governments and financial institutions the Jesuits control, which includes the U.S. federal government. Keep in mind, at the time of the Oklahoma City bombing, both the governor of the state and the president of the United States were Georgetown grads, having both attended the nation's first Jesuit university located in Washington, D.C. And of course, that's Keegan, the governor, and Bill Clinton. Maybe I should just put their names in the document. That's an improvement I could make in case, or you can write it in there yourself, but they were both Georgetown grads. Since then, we've seen 2 towers fall, becoming 0 before 1. One World Trade Center. We've also seen Event 201, the coronavirus pandemic simulation, on the same day the military World Games began in Wuhan, China. Games credited to the Jesuits of Italy. That's why they began there in 1995, a stat that pairs with the Jesuits originally being formed to counter the 95 Theses, also known as the Protestant Reformation. And it is why we're now witnessing what we are playing out in Ukraine, where the first military attack was reportedly in the Donbass region, which equals 201. It goes along with why Joe Biden and Vladimir Putin met to discuss Ukraine on December 7th, 2021, Pearl Harbor Day, exactly 201 days after the first ever Ignatian year began, something declared by the Jesuits on May 20th, 2021, the 500-year anniversary of Ignatius of Loyola becoming shot by a cannonball. I think that's supposed to say being and not becoming. I'll fix that as well. This same 201 riddle explains why Beau Biden died at age 46, 201 days before Pope Francis' birthday, and the Jesuit priest who conducted his funeral also did the inauguration for Joe Biden, becoming the 46th president in an election precisely 46 weeks after the Pope's birthday, which should remind you that the only other Catholic president was JFK, killed at age 46. As for the Jesuit priest, his name is Leo Jeremiah O'Donovan, and he was once the president of Georgetown. And then, of course, his name equals 201, Leo Jeremiah O'Donovan. And, of course, this subject doesn't end there. And as you'll see when you know this code, the Jesuit riddles are endless, building by the day. Just understand this country has been hijacked, and they must be stopped. And, again, I did get my T-shirt in the mail, actually, yesterday. I didn't check the mail yesterday. I checked it this morning. But it's the Jesuits Did It T-shirt. So... And then on the back, it's got the key dates: Waco, Oklahoma City, 9/11, and all clearly Jesuit rituals. Of course, 2 of them on April 19th. So anyhow, if you're interested in getting that T-shirt, if you're interested in being there that day, the T-shirt is for sale at my website, which is Gematria Effect News, but you definitely don't need to get the T-shirt. If you're showing up, that's more than enough. And let me check my inbox to see if we got anybody who wants to be a part of the show so far. Looks like we got one person who's come in. So here, let me send them an invite. JH will be joining us shortly. And let me send JH an invite right now. So JH, your invite has been sent, and you should just have to click that link. And I should be able to buzz you in. So let me, while we wait on JH, let me interact with the chat a little bit. Again, if anybody wants to join us tonight, just send an email to gematriaeffectnews@gmail.com. You know, I think someone like Charmed One would be a great member of the show, always working so hard in the comment section in the chat. And a number of other people that are out there as well. Script Unveiled doing some great work with international football. And Mr. Futures is here as always. Again, if you want your invite, just send me an email. And in the news buzzing, I did notice that after a week of headlines about Clarence Thomas's wife supposedly being at the January 6th insurrection, which again was another major 201 ritual, the Confederate flag flew that day 201 days after the only Confederate statue in D.C. fell, the one at Albert Pike, the one who penned the letter about three world wars. But now Clarence Thomas, supposedly hospitalized with flu-like symptoms. They're saying he was hospitalized Friday. That was March 18th, the 77th day of the year. As we know, that's a big number in D.C. DC on the 77th meridian west, and not arbitrarily. And it's known as the American meridian, and in Gematria, United States equals 77. We all know what happened with Flight 77 on 9/11. Okay. I guess JH is truth does not exist. Okay. So truth does not exist is making his return to the show. And let me plug him in here since our resident young person.
I'm back.
How you doing this evening?
Good. How are you?
Doing well.
Just woke up.
Just woke up. What have you been doing? It's nighttime.
I have a crazy schedule sometimes. My dad
Okay.
can wake me up, so.
Okay.
Well, yeah. How are you?
As good as can be.
So I assume you haven't watched my not my most recent video, but the one before it.
I haven't had time to watch anybody's videos really. Been
Yeah.
a busy schedule over here.
Yeah. So I was my last video. I actually talked about something because in the situation that I'm in right now with Rose, I found out a lot of laws and stuff that like apparently like people that are being abused, like they can't leave their house. Like it's actually illegal. It's not only illegal for someone under 18 to leave their house, but like the kid can be sent to boot camp, and like if as if like whatever they're going through like isn't worse already. um and so and not only that, they'll force them back into whatever house, which anything can be happening in their house. um and you can't marry them to get them out, and like you pretty much can't do anything. The only option is 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 pretty much um, if the state comes and takes them. But I mean, that's not really a good option because then they're gonna go through more trouble there. And also to help someone that's run away is also illegal. Like you can't house someone that's run away. You can't help them like at all. And like it's really sick. Um, but I mean, it's that way on purpose, and like they changed the marriage laws in Ohio that you can't marry someone under 18 at all. Like two people that are under 18 can't marry. um and so there's like basically like no escape for someone that's being abused basically.
Yeah, it's tough to be under 18 based on the laws if you're in an abusive household. Absolutely. So
Yeah, it's like that they don't have any rights. I had made a video. My in the video I was pretty angry, but yeah, I got more into it. But yeah, it's pretty sick, and I don't really see many people talk about it. I guess probably because nobody's ever really looked into it or seen it. I'm maybe there's some kind of loophole or something, but I mean, already, like just based on the law, it's like if you hit somebody and you beat somebody up, it's like you'll get charged for assault. But if you do that to your kid, then that's fine, and you'll get away with that. Like nobody's gonna do anything about that. Um, and I know that child services isn't the only thing that they've cared about. I've seen them in action. The only thing that they care about is if there's food and if the house is clean, and that's it. Like it doesn't matter like if you're getting abused in any other way, pretty much. Sweet
well,
lady.
I'm sorry you're going through a tough time. And how soon until you're 18?
For me it's September, but for her it's August next year.
Well, at least you're close. It'll be here
Yeah.
before you know it. So just endure. It'll just make you better going forward. But yeah, the frustrations of being underage. So
Yeah. I hope that I hope that this stuff that one day people won't have to worry about this anymore.
yeah.
And I mean, there's not really like any prerequisite to becoming a parent either. Like nobody has to be a good parent. Um, and we see in the world that never leads to like a good outcome. It's like one of the most important jobs, and people don't need any requirement to do it.
Yeah, that's too bad. But the good news is the end is near. It sounds like so.
Yeah. I found another article that says humanoid robot market to grow 40% by 2024 predicts report. So again, the 2024 that they're doing again. Um, I think honestly by now with the whole Ukraine thing, I don't really think that anything's gonna happen there because like I don't know, it just seems like another one of the things that they're using that nothing happens. Like it's yeah, right. It's just I feel like it's just something that's going to be on the news and people are going to be being scared about. And I think that that's pretty much it. I don't think anything's going to happen here.
Well, they're definitely using it to drive up energy costs. Here, let's
Yeah.
we got some more people tuning in, so let's let a few more people join the show. We got Bali Go Backwards who's returning, and also Shelby. How you doing, Bali?
Hey, Zach, how's it going, man?
It's going all right.
I'm a wee
Anything
bit,
new this week?
I'm a wee bit under the weather. We had a NASCAR, man. Tonight, did you see who won?
I didn't. Who won?
Oh my God! William Byron won tonight, right?
Okay.
And it was 55 weeks since William Byron won a NASCAR race. Today was also Tom Brady's anniversary of him trading to Tampa Bay.
Right. Yeah.
Second year anniversary. He won Super Bowl 55, right?
Right.
So 55 weeks since William Byron wins, and he won Super Bowl 55 with Tom Brady. Byron Leftwich is his offensive coach down in Tampa.
I see.
And he won. William Byron wins NASCAR tonight. 14-1, Zachary. 14-1.
So did you nail that one?
Yep, we nailed it tonight, man. I won 4,500 euros tonight on William Byron.
Nice work. Nice work. People are doing well with the March Madness tournament as well. We're doing quite well with old March Madness. Again, the value of this knowledge. It's amazing that people continue to sleep on it. But
Zachary, you're a saint, man, because some of the picks that you had, we had as well with the basketball, and I used that money to put it on Byron. Every penny, mostly that I made on basketball, was going towards my William Byron on the NASCAR because of that reason.
Well, congratulations. Well done. And again, you guys, if you're not following Bali Go Backwards, it's quite a lucrative investment.
I'm a little under the weather too, but I've been out partying as well because my friends are up from Dublin. It's St. Patrick's weekend. We've been playing music all weekend, and I'm exhausted. But I had a few beers as well, so I apologize for that.
Okay.
Bali,
it looks like you got the mansion green screen going tonight.
That's the green screen. Yeah, people think that's my real house. Believe me, it's not my real house.
Yeah.
Are you a ghost? Are you a ghost haunting their house because you keep disappearing in the back?
Yeah, probably do. Yeah, I'm still here though.
All right. We'll let Shelby get in here, and then Script and Ville just joined us, so Shelby's back as well. How are you doing this night, Shelby?
Hey, great. How are you guys doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Good.
I'm gonna join Bali Go Backwards Patreon next month. I think I could contribute to the Discord, maybe help out with some the.
I appreciate that, Shelby.
Yeah, I'm really into it. I've been doing it like almost all my spare time. It's just so much fun, you know. It makes sports a lot more interesting than it already is. That's for sure.
Indeed.
I saw that Sam Burns won the PGA tournament today. Was there a riddle behind that?
I didn't really look at it yet. I just got home, and I haven't really looked at it. Burns, it's kind of an Irish name too with St. Patrick's Day going on, but I'd have to really look into it to see. I'll look like later, and I'll probably make a video about it tomorrow to see what happened there. But yeah, we had a couple of guys. We had Brooks Koepka, and we had Fleetwood, who was Tommy Fleetwood, who was I think he finished in 11th place. Both those guys were up there. They I think they finished in the top 11 or top 12. But yeah, that's as good as we done this weekend. Koepka was 12th, and Fleetwood was 16th. So there we go.
Okay.
I saw a guy named, is it Neesmith?
Yeah, he's got 2 different birthdays. That confused us a little bit. We got 2 different birthdays for him, but I finally went with the PGA website and went with that instead. So hopefully that's going to get sorted now because he had 2 birthdays 3 days apart, 26th of September and 29th of September. So
Well, right now in America, it's the March Madness tournament. You probably know
Yep.
that already.
Yep.
And Dr. James Naismith, kind of sounds like Naismith, invented basketball.
Right. Yeah. Somebody did mention that as well. Yeah.
That's got to be it. I bet you that's the riddle right there. It does sound
Yeah.
like Jay Smith.
But he didn't win though.
Yeah. Let's let Script Unveiled get in here. He's doing some great work with international football. And thanks for joining us today.
How's it going, y'all?
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's an honor to be here. So Bali's murdering the world of golf, right? With the novel. We've been using that to do European football, Champions League, Premier League, the whole. We getting like how do you call it? Underdog upsets day in and day out. Barcelona today. Wow.
What was the riddle today?
Can I share it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
This is gonna blow your mind. So, can you guys still see me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Barcelona today, we called it like 3 days advance. Barcelona got their 54th point of the season, 54 days after their manager's birthday, 54 days before the anniversary of the first ever match between Barcelona and Real Madrid. It's called the El Clasico against Ancelotti, the manager of Madrid. His name sums to 54. In Madrid, Spain, 54. The Jesuit Order, 54. Sun, 54. This game played on Sunday. And of course, the Jesuits worship the sun. But also, the manager of Barcelona, he got his 49th point for the club against Real Madrid in Madrid. Both of those 49. He's now 14-4 with the club, like 144. Ancelotti, 144. Jesuit Order, 144. It's crazy. But those are like the main points.
Well, that's a perfect decode, and again, it's pretty much universal this knowledge because they're doing the same thing across the world. I mean, that's the exact kind of riddle we'd look for in a baseball game or a basketball game or a football games or American football game. So,
indeed, is wow. Just
how long have you been with the knowledge and decoding games?
Decoding games, I've been like since January. I started. At first, I went 0-9 because I didn't I literally went 0-9 like the first 10 or 15 matches because it was just a beginning. But then I found out even in European football they use the full reduction. That's the most important, like you say, Zach. So since then we've gone we're 6-0 right now in the past like 3 or 4 days, 15-4 this season. This month. So yeah,
very good.
I keep a notebook, a record book. So.
It looks like Barcelona blew them out too, 4-0.
Oh, and they were underdogs as well. Oh, I just got a call. It's fine.
Okay.
Classico.
Let me say something. If you guys want to join my Discord, it's kind of just like a Gematria Discord. So if you guys want to post like decodes or anything like that, it's in the chat for anyone that wants to join.
Okay. Did you link it?
Yeah, and people there's like a voice channel and stuff, so people on there can go and talk on there and hang out and stuff. And it doesn't have to be just Gematria. People can just talk and stuff on there too. I've kind of wanted like a Gematria Discord.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, there's a lot of younger people in the community, so you'll be good motivation for them.
Yeah, can I share something else about this match?
Yeah, go ahead.
Today, the manager of Barcelona got his 22nd win of the season, giving the manager of Real Madrid his 22nd loss with the club. Of course, the goals from the 29th minute until the 59th minute, 22 minutes, 79th day of the year, 79, 22nd prime, Society of Jesus, 79. It's crazy.
Perfect. Yeah, those prime number relationships are huge. Just like yesterday was the 19th, 67's the 19th prime. One of the coaches yesterday got upset picking up his 67th loss. 19's the 8th prime. 8 seed upsets the number 1, synced up with Michael Jordan with his old team, North Carolina. And again, I mean, there's people out there that are like, I don't understand how this can be so important when there's so many languages in the world. It's like, just apply it to an international football and see what happens. You'll see. English is the language of the world.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Great job. Great job. All right. Do you have a Patreon then for people to follow?
Oh yeah, I do.
So you guys, Script Unveiled in the chat. He's got his YouTube channel. He's got his Patreon link in there. I knew you had one. I just asked it arbitrarily so people could hear. But again, for all of you guys who are into international football, here's another man doing a great job. So Script Unveiled. Are you the same gentleman that pairs up with Neo the Hacker on the weekends and does the podcast?
I was just about to ask the same thing.
Through the script.
Oh, you're not the same person.
Yeah,
okay.
we just have like similar channel names.
Okay. That's clear now.
There was once a lady that I think my dad, I was there and he was trying to tell her like about the rig sports, and I remember her reaction was like, I don't want to believe it's fake.
It's beyond fake.
My sports.
It's like Texas Tech. Texas Tech is where Patrick Mahomes went to school, and Patrick Mahomes won the Joe Montana Super Bowl. And the first matchup for Texas Tech was against Montana State, and they got their 26th win of the season exactly 26 weeks after Patrick Mahomes' birthday. Then in the second round, they played Notre Dame, which is Joe Montana's school, and then they beat Notre Dame, and they became 19-19 all-time in the tournament by winning tonight. And, of course, Joe Montana wore 19 for the Chiefs, who Patrick Mahomes now plays for, and he won that 2019 Joe Montana Super Bowl. That was Super Bowl 54, Joe Montana 54, 49ers versus Chiefs. And year after year, they got all these sports synced up. It's just like Tom Brady. Tom Brady announces he's coming out of retirement right after they announced the March Madness bracket. His former school, Michigan, has the very first game of the tournament and picks up their 65th win in the tournament when GOAT equals 65. And then they just had a nice riddle yesterday as an underdog picking up their 66th win of the season as the 11 seed, which are all football numbers. It's a lot to explain, but again, you learn this knowledge. You see how undeniably the games are rigged and scripted. And it's just like Tom Izzo. Tom Izzo got his 666th career win and then loses to the Blue Devils today, which equals 666. I mean, it's just, you learn this knowledge and you pay attention. It's undeniable, but that's the thing. Most people don't want to learn the knowledge. They just want to laugh at it and say, that sounds dumb. There's no way. And then again, because they remain ignorant, people like Script Unveiled and so many others in this community continue to benefit. I know that if the whole world took to what's going on, they would have to stop doing what they're doing, rigging the games the way they do. We just had another person join us. We got a brand new face here. He's going by GAD, and let's hear from GAD. Welcome to the stream. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Zach?
Now that I hear your voice, I recognize who it is. This is the man from Seattle, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, the voice made for radio. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. How's everybody on this panel?
We're good, man.
Doing good, man. Doing good.
That's good. Yeah. I just came in, because I've been following your work since 2018. So, and I saw that, last 2 or 3 Sundays you've been doing your thing on here and allow people to come on. I want to just say, and they also have a question, but I also want to make like a good statement. A lot of your work has helped me in the community that I am to start to discover, because in my community, like I've talked to you before, directly, and a couple of times called in, I'm part of the Israelite community, and I've noticed certain people, certain groups that I felt going back to 2015, I thought these individuals were being funded by the Rosicrucians, the Freemasons, the Jesuits, but I couldn't put my finger on it. Right now, looking at your work and some of this information that I've came up with, I'm able to start revealing this and start bringing this understanding and knowledge to the community that I'm in, so that people can be more aware to stay clear of certain individuals from in my community that do not have the best interests of certain believers in my community, of other things that goes on. So and I appreciate your work a lot, and I think that a lot like, especially like with some of the new things that you've been bringing out, It's opened my eyes. It's even opened my eyes to such a degree that I have to like I teach what I teach and whatnot, but I have to open up a certain aspect to this understanding exclusively because there's certain things I be seeing in the numbers. I don't know if you saw that there was a person, there was someone's child that died like 2 or 3, like the father and the child died, and the father was 33 years old, and this was in Renton, Washington,
Okay.
and his daughters were the ages of 16 and 17. You add 16, 17 up, 33,
Right.
right? And if you add 33, you get 666. I mean, 66, which equates to Baal, which that's
Sure.
one of the ciphers, that it relates to. So, a lot of the work that you have has really help my understanding, help my knowledge to grow, to even some of the things that I believe in, to even to a certain degree that, and I just say that I appreciate that. Now, one thing I have a question with, because I see with the Mariners some of the trade moves that they've done. I think one of the players they got back had the jersey number 33, and I also know that the Seattle Mariners stadium, or I think what is it, T-Mobile Park, that stadium is going to be used to host the 2023 All-Star game for Major League Baseball. Now, something that I was looking at, right, from 2001, like if you add the numbers up, 2021, 2022, and 2023, if you add those numbers up, you get 666.
Okay. With a 0 there, 6,066. I see what you're saying.
Right. So my question would be, right, especially with everything that's going on in Seattle and the Mariners rising, and then of course we understand about like just the tsunami that happened the other week with Japan, and they were saying if there could be a tsunami, with the earthquake, there could be a tsunami that hits here, but most unlikely. But I noticed Mariners, that's dealing with maritime, that's dealing with the sea, and we're on the Pacific coast. So could there be something brewing that might happen in 2023 up here in the Great Northwest in Washington?
Again, the concerning thing to me is, well, I mean, first of all, they've been saying our whole lifetime that the Pacific Northwest is going to get hit with like the worst earthquake we've ever seen in the era of high-rise buildings. But I feel like that new hockey team being called the Kraken, the monster from the ocean, I just feel like that's not a good sign that for the way we know how they do stuff. I mean, again, for people who just missed what they did at Fukushima, you got an earthquake on 16/3. 163 days after the new prime minister takes office, an earthquake equals 163. And again, it's a reminder this stuff's not natural disasters. These are rituals, and and they said after that Japanese earthquake, it caused energy costs to soar in Japan, and because it knocked supposedly a bunch of the power companies offline. But all this stuff is major manipulation, and we know they like to give us the symbolism before they do it. Again, as someone who's lived in the Pacific Northwest, I know they've been saying we're going to get this terrible earthquake someday. When we had the one back in 2001, it was a big deal, but they said that wasn't the one we're talking about. There's a worse one coming. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly when it's going to come, but they've been saying it's going to, and I feel like that Seattle Kraken team really is a sign. So,
yeah,
we'll see.
Well, do you think they can make a wave large enough to go over the Olympic mountains?
Well, you got there's a lot of, so that's the thing. Like if Seattle was in jeopardy, there's a lot of people that live out on the islands, in the Puget Sound that would be in a lot more harm's way, so more so than the people who are in the city.
Be flooding.
Yeah, there'd still probably be some flooding in the city. So yeah, the people who should really be concerned are the people who live out on those islands just outside of Seattle. So
yeah, or just right in the wake of Strait of Juan de Fuca, where the wave can come straight in,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I've been wondering what's going to happen in Portland since their motto's RIP.
Yeah, that's also, there's just so many different things they could do. So, I mean, it's hard to speculate, but yeah, Portland's nickname is a strange one, Rip City. So,
Yeah, we saw what they did in 2020 with all the hurricanes. Like I think that there's more hurricanes in 2020 probably than than 2021, like these past 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
And I remember how you got them all. I remember I had called in and asked you the dates, and you got you told me, and then like all of them landed. Every date landed.
well, again, for people who weren't here in 2020, we just went through and circled all the 52 dates in hurricane season, and on all but one, a hurricane landed, and then the one that didn't land on a hurricane formed that day. But and it just goes to show, I mean, this stuff's not natural. This is it's manipulation. I can only assume it's sophisticated technology. Some people think it's magic. I mean, anything's possible, but I know technology is a real thing. So.
Yeah, there's a video that I had that I have for weather control. Let me find the name. It was find it.
Just for the record, there's some people in the chat that responded and said that the link didn't come through. I just sent it again, and if it still didn't come through, respond again, and I don't know. Sometimes it seems like I have to send it 2 times. So, but the link should be sent out for people who want to join.
Well, there was an article, I think, on the Seattle NBC News about Glacier Peak being a potential threat, like to become a volcano, and then they needed some more money to set up some equipment up there, or something rather.
Okay, I found it. It's called Rainmaking 1968, and it's from 1968, and it's a documentary about controlling the weather, and basically like what they were doing back then, and that's all the way back then, and they were able to like make rain and stuff with silver iodide. They would spray it in the clouds, with planes, and so. That's from all the way back then, and they're talking about that, and I like the year 1968. But yeah, that's a video about them. It's from Australia about them messing with the weather. So, and then there was Operation Storm Fury, that it was them messing with hurricanes, and Storm Fury is 47 in full reduction, and then in reverse it's 52.
That's the number. That's the number. So, old 52.
Zach, I got a link that I put in the StreamYard chat to my blog. I'd like to share one of my recent blogs, if you could show it in the picture there.
I'm looking for the link. The only problem is I don't see the link in the chat. What's your website?
It's on this StreamYard live stream chat, private chat that we're on here, where you send the link to StreamYard. So it's not in the YouTube chat. It's in the StreamYard chat.
I see it. Yeah.
I didn't realize there was a StreamYard chat. Oh,
There's
private chat. Okay.
There's a private chat. Yeah.
Okay.
That's it.
New feature. I didn't even realize that was there. Okay, hold on. Let me get it up here.
Oh, sweet.
Let's see. Almost got it up here. News by the numbers. Okay, we're up.
All right. So these are interesting, what I call interesting Gematria parallels. First one, you got JF Kennedy matched up with assassinated, the past tense of assassinate. Then you got potentially the 47th president matches with Kamala Devi Harris.
Huh.
We've talked about that before. That's just it's not an assumption. It's not a prediction. It's just, interesting. So here we got a Sunday, April 10th, the last day of the Masters, which has a 4 cipher overlap with Eldrick Taunt Woods, otherwise known as Tiger Woods. Here we got Kaepernick and the Seahawks. Kaepernick's been working out with Tyler Lockett. And of the Seahawks, I wonder if he'll sign later. We'll see. Next, we got the New Jersey Generals, who used to be owned by Donald Trump back in the 80s, has a 4 cipher overlap with Tuesday, November 5th. That's the date of the next presidential election. Here we got Leonard Skinner, Ronnie Van Zant. He was on the label MCA with Leonard Skinner, and they wrote a song called "Working for MCA." I don't think it was his idea. I think somebody gave him the idea because the song is a hit, but it just doesn't sound. It sounds like he was reaching for rhymes in it. You know, it wasn't as good as his other songs. I didn't think. But
It's funny you have mixed dementia and Joseph R. Biden on there because I have one that's a 2-cipher match that's Joseph Biden and Alzheimer's. It's 53
really?
and 55. Yeah.
That is interesting. Mixed dementia. Maybe he'll be diagnosed with one of those two things. We'll see. He's acting like it at least. So next one is a Guns N' Roses. Their first hit, "Welcome to the Jungle," has almost a 3-cipher overlap with Axl Rose's real name, William Bruce Rose Jr. So I think these songs and the lead singers' names are, I found a few of them. I got a few others. I just didn't record them, but there's definitely something going on with the record companies.
Sure.
Here, can you tap on that one, the Bart Starr one? Make it bigger.
I can make it bigger like that.
Yeah. Now, this one I learned from you guys, but I added one thing. Lambeau Field used to be called City Stadium before Lambeau Field. So you can see how that lines up perfectly with Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, the 3 quarterbacks that led the Green Bay Packers to the Super Bowl wins. So,
and it all fits in with Jesuit order, and of course Vince Lombardi was a Jesuit, so it makes a lot of sense.
Of course. All right. What's the next one there? Oh yeah. So John Clayton passed away a couple days ago. I saw that Zach did a video. He got John Clayton and the Broncos have a nice match because Russell Wilson was just traded to the Broncos. And then if you take John Clayton's full name, has a double cipher match with Super Bowl 57, the next Super Bowl coming up. So
and for people who don't know, John Clayton died in Seattle. And again, he died at 67, the 19th prime. Seattle's 19, and he died 331 days before the upcoming Super Bowl, the 67th prime. So,
yeah. So anyway, I thought that was a pretty fun. I thought I'd throw that out there. That's pretty much the end of the post.
All right. Very interesting. I like how the topics were all over the place. It was a smorgasbord of topics, but yeah, interesting observations. So,
yeah, thank you.
I have a question. How do you do how do you like put all the numbers right on that, like a bulletin board like that?
I use Google Sheets. It's kind of like a free
Google Sheets.
Free spreadsheet. So what I do is I'll go on the Gematrinator. I'll find my terms and I'll click enter, and that'll record it down below. And then I just keep finding more terms. Then I'll copy and paste the terms I want to onto my spreadsheet. And then I will black out the numbers that don't match just to make it easier to see. So I use Google Sheets, so you can test that. It's free. And if you're logged in, you can it saves all your work for you automatically. So whenever you open a new project, it saves it. So it's nice to just have something that's not on your computer to clog it up.
Okay, we just had Richard Quinn join us. He's going to be in Oklahoma City April 19th. I'm going to get him in the room here so he can say hello. And how you doing tonight, Rich?
Hey, how you doing, man? Actually jacked up for Oklahoma City. It's a month away.
Indeed. 1 month, less than a month now. Yeah, it's close.
Yep. The reason I wanted to come on is, I know we're all going to show up and have different approaches. I just wanted to let you in on my approach that I'm going to be taking with a group of people. And can you hear me good? I'm on a phone.
You're super clear. Yeah, you're coming through. You sound great.
Just so we're on the same page, obviously it's the anniversary of the Oklahoma City bombing, and that's going to be an important topic. But I don't really want to change my approach because I've had a plan for like 4 years, of grouping people together, putting them in the same uniform, and showing the same work, not necessarily gematria numbers or decodes, but just the typed out riddles that I've had typed out over the years, like 9/11 coronavirus, multiple Super Bowls. So what I want to do, I'm going to have a cameraman and like 6 other people with me. I want to attract the streetwalkers, and I kind of picture us all standing there just individually educating each public person, like maybe Frank showing them 9/11, maybe I'm showing somebody else coronavirus, maybe you're showing somebody else the OKC bombing. And then when you go right down the line and show them Super Bowl 49, 50, 51, 52, coronavirus, 9/11, when you show a person that much information, now we have them hooked and they're going to subscribe to your channel and they're going to join us. So that's kind of what I'm hoping to do that day.
Sure, and that's great. I'm hoping enough people show up that we can split up a little bit and take corners in the city and just have the city going, what's going on? What's with all these people out here sharing all this knowledge and information today? So yeah,
exactly.
It will be cool.
And it's all important, not just the OKC bombing, in my opinion. So I just think my formula has been waiting for us to use it, and I just think we're going to do a lot of damage that day if we can just attract the people. When I've went out pounding pavement here in Fort Wayne a few times, I've had some good days, but it's hard to get people to stop and have 2 minutes with you, so.
Right. Yeah.
We should do some flyers too. Like make a big stack of flyers and just post them everywhere in the city.
Check mark. Got it.
Yeah.
I have flyers, t-shirts.
On Rich's notes recently.
You know what? Why I'm on here, guys, not to cut you off. It's been a huge disappointment, as a matter of fact, in the last few years. Zach has a zillion supporters out here, and no one's making money off these shirts. Why don't more people wear shirts? I got photos of people in my clan, maybe 30 pictures of people with their shirt on. Every time they go to the store, every time they go to a restaurant and they put their shirt on, you're literally advertising us. Why is it like pulling teeth to get people to get a t-shirt, to get some business cards, to memorize these riddles I have typed out for people? I mean, you can show anybody 9/11. It's all typed out. You know what I mean?
Again, I think it comes back to the fact that a lot of people get a lot of flack just for trying to share any knowledge and truth, and so I think that's a big part of the apprehension, unfortunately.
You get flack, yeah, when you try to show them gematria, but when you sit there and like Flight 77, blah 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 blah, and tell the whole story with your own words, people have to be dumb to not get it at that point.
I completely agree. So
I mean, I'm pounding pavement every day myself, and I'm not on here bragging on myself. I'm just telling people what I wish a million of us were doing, and we could all orchestrate that. When you tell people like the 9/11 riddle, they should instantly just get it. There's no gematria or explain it. You know what I mean?
Truly. Well, I mean, that'll be the hope of Oklahoma City, April 19th, that will create a spark that'll make more people want to participate. I know last year when I was video streaming, it got a lot of people to go out on their own corner in their own city and do similar things, and we just need to make it happen in a bigger way. So
yeah, I think that along the same lines, I'm thinking this is going to cause a spark that we need and more people will do it. I have to agree with that myself.
Yeah, that's the goal.
I've been trying for this for like 4 years now, so I'm very jacked for it.
Well, it's coming. We just had Victor join us, so I'll let Victor say hello. And by the way, if anybody feels the need to drop off if something comes up, you're more than welcome to. And let's let Victor say hello. I know he's up late overseas. How you doing, Victor?
Hey, what's up, Zach? Salute.
Thanks for joining us again. What's on your mind?
Well, it always has to do with sports. So I like to, give you guys to talk about a couple of different things before I come on here and just talk more about the sports.
Sure. Yeah, that's what it's about. Just people coming on and sharing what they're doing with the knowledge in the world. So let's hear it.
So yesterday, just to highlight something, because I feel like when it comes to numerology and just gematria, probably yesterday's riddle was just super solid. So if you can just bring up the NHL scoreboard from yesterday.
Okay, here, let me get it up here. If you want to start telling the story, I'll get it up here. It'll just take me a minute, but I've almost got it.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure, no problem. So this is just to tell people, like, this is probably the 4th or the 5th NHL game that I've done, this season. I don't normally, give out NHL picks. I focus on basketball, football, and baseball. But just to show you that the crossover is insanely accurate, if you want to show the Toronto Maple Leafs versus the Nashville Predators game, it was an insane ritual that had a lot to do mainly with the number 36. So the Predators picked up their 36th win of the season. A huge
Hold
number.
on. Are we getting some? Is somebody's noise coming through on a certain one?
Yeah, you might have to mute that.
Not me.
All right.
Zach, I'm sorry. I'm hosting a poker game and I'm telling him to be quiet for a few minutes.
On your screen, Rich, if it gets loud there's a way to toggle your volume on and off. Do you see the mute screen? If you need to mute your thing, you can mute and then you can unmute it when you want to come back, just as a heads up.
No, they just need to be quiet in there and then
Okay.
not going to do all that.
All right. But yeah. Okay, Vic. Toronto, the 36th city. No, it's all good. Toronto, the 3-6 city. Okay, I'm listening.
Yeah, so you know how important that number is to Toronto, but it has a double connection because Maple Leafs equals 36 as well. But obviously the Predators, they picked up their 36th win yesterday. And then if you look at the final score, Toronto lost 3-6, like the number 36. And then the last time that they played on this date was exactly 36 months ago, March 19, 2019. So
it must just be another big coincidence. And again, you guys, I mean, for all the people out there that are like, 4 ciphers, you can get whatever you want. Again, Toronto's 36 in the most pure cipher. It's 36 forwards and backwards. And like you just said, Maple Leafs is also 36. And again, this is a number that plays hard in this city. When the remember they call Toronto the 6. And what's the square root of 36? 6.
Exactly.
When the Raptors won the NBA Finals, they won it in Game 6. And that was the 72nd season of the NBA brand. And when we're not talking about Toronto in 36, well, look at Toronto in 72. They win the 72nd NBA season in Game 6. And again, there's nothing coincidental about any of this. It's the way the games are rigged day in and day out. And I mean, you can prove it all day with this knowledge. It really is amazing in light of all the accomplishments of this community. There's still so many people that just think everything is a coincidence.
And then yesterday also, you can see that the Predators, they scored 6 goals, which, as you said, 36 has a square root of 6, and then also that's a number that connects directly to IHS. IHS is 36 as well. So yeah, I just felt like it was like one of the more solid, just full circle riddles that you can prove once again. And they were an underdog yesterday at home. It was about plus 110, plus 115, which is a great line to attack. And just another great example to show people. And if you want to, if you could pull up my YouTube channel real quick, I just want to show you something in my community section. Just further evidence, but just more proof. And I know recently you've been talking about a lot of people have been sending you in winning tickets relating to March Madness and what's currently going on and the work that you do on it. But if you see the first message right here, somebody felt the need to just let me know that thankful to your work as well, collaborating with my work with the Nashville game, they put it together and they were able to get almost a 35x return on their money yesterday with 2 of your picks and 1 of my picks. And he just, I guess you probably get too many messages, but he just wanted to let me know, and I felt the need to let you know that you probably don't even see all the messages of how much the impact that you're making, really. But this is just
I know that we've robbed Vegas the last 3 days, and you know what? Going on the 4th day straight, I know Vegas is not happy with what we're doing over here in the Gematria community. They're probably wishing everybody in the world would think it's a coincidence because there's a lot of tickets that look just like that. As you guys can see, a $25 bet paid $900.
Yep.
And again, it's, Michigan had a great riddle. UCLA had a great riddle. Victor came in with the Nashville Predators, great riddle. And that's why, again, I'm not trying to turn people into gamblers. I don't think gambling's the healthiest habit. But you know what? Stop spending your money on soda and junk food and stuff that poisons your body, and then just set that money aside for the week and maybe have a little parlay and maybe try to pay off the next month's mortgage bill. So.
Exactly. And this is somebody who's obviously listening to not only what you're saying, but what I've been saying as well. Because they attacked all these games were underdogs, and the Michigan game they actually used an in-game live bet, which is why they got that plus money value so crazy. So people are listening, and I know you probably get an overwhelming amount of negativity because of the impact that you're really making. But I feel the need to highlight things like this because oftentimes people keep their winning tickets and their winning ways behind the scenes, but you always want to highlight when people make it public. Just to let you know, the impact that you're really having. So,
hey, may I say something, Zach?
Of course.
thinking about all this, I just wanted to share my thoughts. Making money is cool. I made some money yesterday myself, but this community is supposed to also be confronting the ritualistic government for ritualism. So I hope that people can make that more of a priority, because I'm around a lot of people in the Gematria community, and people who decode sports don't have time to pound pavement. That's for sure. So maybe it's just something to think about if you guys would like.
Well, we're always trying to persuade more people to get out there, and
We've proven already. We have a riddle for every Super Bowl, right? We have a riddle for every World Series. We've
every
already
NBA
proven.
Finals, every Stanley Cup, every college championship. Yeah,
We got it typed out.
So
it's all typed out. So like, yeah, making money is cool, and people are doing good work. I'm not discounting that, but I want more of this community to step up and make our goal to confront the government for ritualism. We can't lose sight of that.
I'm with you. And you know what? I mean, it does go. It goes hand in hand, really. It's just like I still remember the weekend Big Al came out from Arizona to pound pavement in Seattle 2 years ago in March. I mean, while he was out pounding pavement, taking time off from his job, he won over $2,000 on that Saturday, taking advantage of the rigged UFC fights. So again, for the other saying, like, I don't have time to do this because I can't get free from my slave job. Well, again, this knowledge can help free you from your slave job and do the things that we really need to be doing, like raising awareness about the tyrant rule over us.
Exactly.
We had two more people join us. We got D26 from India, and we got 208 Productions back. D26 got in the room first, so gonna let him say hello. And again, if anybody wants to chime in, don't be shy. If you got a question or something to say, somebody just speak up. And if you do need to drop out too, you're more than welcome to drop out. But D26, thanks for coming in tonight.
Zachary,
hey everyone.
Okay. Zachary, I'm gonna step off. All right, take
Appreciate
care.
It, Molly. Go backwards. Congrats. Great work for your community, and you have a good night, friend.
You too. Thanks, bud.
All right, take care, man.
Bye-bye.
What's up, D26?
Hey everyone. How are you?
Hey, you're older than I imagined. I thought you were. Look at you. Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good. How is everyone? And yeah, I just got up early. Tried to not miss this time because last two times I'm missing the entire Sunday night show. So I got really good decodes. Fortunately, I returned from my native on time. I just returned last night, I guess at midnight, and right now it is 7:30 in the morning. It's Monday right now. And just to make the point, it's 20th of February, 20th of March in the United States right now. So 20 divided by 3 is 20/3, like 20 divided by 3, that is 6.66.
Right.
So keep that in mind. It might help you with something with the 666. And regarding that, I just made a point.
Well, hey, to make a point about that, in basketball today, Tom Izzo stayed on 666 career wins against the Blue Devils, which equals 666. So, yeah, interesting.
So, to be honest, I really don't understand the U.S. sports, so I just stay away from that thing.
Sure.
I'm trying to understand the European football because I used to follow that, and I also used to play soccer, as you say, in the United States, in my school, and so yeah, I'll be decoding that in a later point. But regarding that 666, you did make a point about. I did make a comment on your video, and I just missed it because I was out of town on the weekends. So 666, like New York, equals 666, and 666 is the 36th triangular number. Now 36 is not only the sixth square root of 6, it has a square root of 6, but it's also the 8th triangular number. So right. 36 has both 6 and 8. And 8, if I'm not wrong, is the 6th position on the Fibonacci sequence. So you get a 6 and 8 relation again. So 6 and 8.
Yeah.
And with that, what's that? It sums up with the TV series that is coming up. It's a Marvel TV series called Miss Marvel. If you guys have seen that trailer or something like that. So again, I'm a huge Marvel fan, so I'm up to date with the Marvel stuff. I'm also coming up with the Doctor Strange decode. But with this Miss Marvel series, So it's the first Muslim superhero on big screen, and the character is also fairly new compared to all the other characters. And it's interesting because that series is being launched on 8th of June, or June of 8, 6/8, or 8/6, 68 or 86, 86 like Jesuits. So I did some digging with the 86 and 68 because I knew it has more meaning just than rather other than just the 9/11 thing. It has a lot of meaning because I did remember a lot of 68 seeing in my old handwritten notes and also in my Word documents. So I did find that. Let me just get that. Okay, so there's one thing. Miss Marvel in the series and the comics, the name of that character is Kamala Khan. We know who Kamala is right
Sure.
now, like
Sure.
Kamala Harris, and my my suspicion was right. There is a relation with Kamala Khan and Kamala Harris, and so the series is releasing on June the 8th. It is 68 days from 15th of August of this year,
Huh.
and it is releasing on 6/8 of 2022. Now, that is the same date, as in June 8th, is the same date Muhammad, like Prophet Muhammad, died in 632, in the year 632.
Huh.
And the name of the actress playing Kamala Khan, Iman Vellani, that name equals 68. And even Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, equals 68 in the single reduction cipher. And in the comics as well in the series, as they have showed in the trailer, um, she's like Kamala Khan is a teenage from New Jersey in the United States, and the actress playing, she's also a Pakistani Canadian actress, and in the show, in the series, she's going to be an Pakistani American teenager. And if I'm not wrong, I did decode on that as well. Yeah, Pakistani American teen from New Jersey, as it is literally the line picked up from the comics and as well as the trailer, that equals 201 reverse full reduction.
Huh. Perfect.
And Kamala Khan is Miss Marvel equals 129. And the actress Iman Vellani, she went to Unionville High School in Ontario, Canada. Unionville equals 56. Kamala Harris equals 112. Miss Marvel Kamala Khan equals 112. But also, since the series is releasing on June/8, which can also be written as 8/6, Kamala Harris equals 86. 4B ciphers. Marvel Comics equals 191, like Society of Jesus. And all the three main creators of the character, their names are Sana Amanat, Stephen Wacker, and G. Willow Wilson. All of them equals 68 in reverse full reduction, the same cipher.
Amazing.
The creators of the character.
Amazing.
And Disney, as it's a Disney property, because Marvel is owned by Disney, so that equals 86 as well. And there is a lot of correlation with Kamala Harris and Kamala Khan of the comics, and 86 on all of that. But with 68, there is a lot of thing with the, let's say, Prophet Muhammad. And I was because that was interesting because I just found that it's the same day. The show is releasing on the day when Prophet Muhammad died. Um, Prophet Muhammad's grandfather's name equals 201. I didn't know that. I was like confused because I didn't understand the names, how they write the names. I just realized I thought it was his father, but his grandfather's name equals 201. And also, while I was digging something about Prophet Muhammad, Muhammad is a chapter in the Quran, which is the 47th chapter, having 38 verses.
Huh.
So that's a classic number.
Doesn't
but-
Muhammad equal 74?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it equals 74.
Muhammad
Like
Ali,
Muhammad Ali died at 67 at the age of 74.
or reverse of
in-
47.
Yeah, reverse of 47. With 47, you can just say a lot of countries got independence in the year 1947, as well as Israel was created in 1947. India was got independence on the Jesuit birthday in 1947. So yeah, there is a lot of 47. I guess it was obviously one of the biggest numbers in the 20th century. And yeah, I got a random. I just wasn't prepared for this thing. So
D26, I got to ask you, how long have you been aware of this information and how long have you been decoding yourself?
Good question. So, I found you, as I said, in the first lockdown. So I would say, thanks to the lockdown, I found you in the first lockdown 2020. But I wasn't decoding at that time because I was already on something else. I was already starting to read materials because I was not good at reading. As I was not good at book readers, I was reading books on ancient history because that is what my thing is. I'm fascinated with the ancient history, and I
Sure.
also have decodes on that. So, but I started decoding, I would say, pretty much in the second lockdown in India, which was in a year later, which was in the summer of 2021. So that's when I started decoding, like hardcore decoding into that. Because I guess I was bored at home, so what would I do? So I would say I was done with reading, so I started. Okay, it's my time to start decoding. And regarding that, so one of the first things any Indian should probably get is that the Indian Republic Day, which is on 26th of January, like 26/1, is 201 days before the Indian independence on the Jesuit birthday.
Huh.
So, and also the entire thing, I decoded the entire constitution thing. So, what happened was the entire thing was about, say, a show when the Indians got independence from the British, as it is shown in the textbooks. It was all a show because even after getting the independence officially from the British, we were still under the rule, somehow under the rule um, of the British. So we didn't have a constitution at that time in the 1947. So um, one a team was what do you say, a constitution conference or committee was established before the independence, and they came up with the constitution. The final draft of the constitution was um, really overseen. The final draft was submitted to the president on my birthday, which is 26th of November 1949. The same day we had Omicron released on 26th of November
Oh,
last year,
right.
which was Black Friday. That was kind of a birthday gift from the universe for me. So, anyways, uh, so okay, in 26th of November 1949, that's when the Constitution was drafted. Exactly 2 months after that, which can written, it's not appropriate, but you can say that it was 2 months and 1 day because December has 31 days. So, and the what do you say, the Constitution came in effect on 26th of January. So 26th of November to 26th of January is kind of 2 months and 1 days. If you see, it's 61 days. So that is there, and it was again 201 days before the India's third Independence Day. So three is 56 and 79, like Society of Jesus.
Is that
And
Independence Day from Britain as well? Is that independence from Britain?
yeah, that's what it is.
Okay. Interesting.
And oh, there's something else. Oh yeah, I just made a comment on by their live stream that I'm seeing a lot of 261s, 126, and 114. The 114 is where saying that number a lot. If you have any input on that, because as I said, just like how in my first TFR call, that the Indian web series called Human, which is literally how what the world is, what's going on in the world with the fast and trials and all that stuff for the vaccines. Um, that was released on Adar Poonawala's birthday, who is the CEO of Serum Institute, the largest vaccine manufacturer by volume, is literally like the same thing with the Inferno being released on um, Bill Gates' birthday, which portrays Bill Gates in the first 2 minutes of the movie, which is 2 minutes, 2 hours and 1 minute long. So that 114 is also interesting because the um, second prime minister of India equals 114, and there is a huge, let's say, ritual with that, because if you know a little bit of political history, um, there was something called the Tashkent Agreement in 1966, where in Tashkent, which is right now in modern day, it is in Uzbekistan, which is the capital of Uzbekistan.
I'm from Uzbekistan.
Oh, wow! So in the 60s, it was under the Soviet Union. So India and Pakistan went on war after in 1965. So after the war ended, the Indian Prime Minister, the Indian leader, and the Pakistan leader met in Tashkent, which was at that time the Soviet Union, and it was the first of its kind of an meeting in the political world, because Soviet this time, rather than the United States, it was Soviet Union trying to be the mediator between two countries that are on war, and to end the war with diplomatic means. So it was a good thing for the Soviet Union. But something bad happened. The day when it was the Tashkent Agreement was supposed to be, and it was signed on 10th of January 1966. The same night after the dinner, India's Prime Minister mysteriously dies in his sleep.
Huh.
So entire thing, that is, we have an entire movie on that, which is a really good movie, at least better than all the other movies that have random dancing and all those shows and nonsense. So, but I did decode, and that is literally by the numbers. Just like, if you can give me a moment.
While you're looking it up, D26, are
Yeah,
you thinking
sure.
about starting your own YouTube channel?
I have started my YouTube channel. I did also made a 5 minutes intro video for the Gematria, and to be honest, I'm really a guy who's very. I have a bad habit, I would say. But what I would say, I really suck for for quality or quantity. So I have videos. I have also all the scripts and all the notes. I just don't get time to, I would say, make a video on that. And for the last 2 years, it's been very tough for me, because I was supposed to go to Canada to study for my bachelor's degree, and then we had the COVID thing. So my entire dream got shattered, and for the last 18 months, I was a college dropout. And recently, I took an admission in institute in Mumbai itself, so I can get a degree and like at least put the chaos family drama to an end. Because if you don't have a degree in an Asian family, your life is going to get difficult.
Sure.
Any Asian could relate to me.
Sure.
So okay, I do have, let's say, my YouTube channel. It's this the same name. It's D26 Creates.
I got it. I linked it in the chat for people to sign up. I'm
Alright,
excited
thanks.
about you making videos, because you're doing very great work.
Thank you. And yeah, I also have. I just don't know. I just why I don't really get, because I made long decodes. I already have the notes in my desktop. I just need to like find the right proper, arrange it properly, so it's not confusing. It's not overwhelming to a lot of people.
Sure.
Just like I have made it, how I decoded the human series, which I did in 3 parts, and which was important because you need to get the flow of what the series is talking about. And regarding Chernobyl, because that's another series, I rewatched it again last week. I did show the screenshots on Twitter, which I also tagged you on that. In the 6 minutes, oh, okay, the timer was something about, if you watch it on Disney Plus, in India it is Disney Plus Hotstar. If you watch it on the streaming service, on the timestamp of 6 minutes and 50 seconds, like 65, we have a what do you say, an intro screen which has Pripyat, which is the nearest town from Chernobyl nuclear power plant. Pripyat, Ukraine, 2 hours, 2 years and 1 minute earlier.
Huh.
Which and the entire series starts with a very good line, which is, I don't remember the exact line, but the phrase is that, how much can you speak lies that you even forget what was the truth, and
Sure.
there is no hope for the truth. And it is a really good what to say, really shows what was the scenario in Soviet Union, what was the situations for people speaking truth in Soviet Union. And even in 2006, Gorbachev, in an interview, said, or probably he wrote in an article, that perhaps 1986 Chernobyl disaster was, perhaps it was the true reason for the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991, because they had to use a health, and a lot of resources went in controlling the entire thing. And but it was obviously it was by the numbers, I guess, as far as anyone can decode on that. I haven't done detailed decoding on Chernobyl thing, but on the surface it looks like it's by the numbers.
Sure.
And okay, this is something interesting. I just want to know if anyone is on the line. Let them introduce themselves. I'll just come back later. But I have a really good decodes which I wanted to share in real time, because it is about the foreign ciphers, the Greek and the Hebrew. I did some decoding on that as well because I'm not good. I would say I wouldn't be good in linguistics, but I like learning different languages. I also make notes on different languages in my books. So
Sure.
I was doing some digging with the ancient Egypt. I have presentations on sacred geometry, which makes sense when I was did with the when I first found your work, because that is it enhanced my work because, as I said, I really am fascinated with the ancient history. So I have some good presentations with ancient Egypt, ancient Greece, all that stuff. So if I'm not wrong, let me just check that in real time. Great Pyramid equals 201, something like that. Great Pyramid of Giza equals 201 and 102 and 280. And 96.
Wasn't there a story about 201 what is it, blocks remaining in the pyramids?
That's what they say. There's 201 remaining layers. There used to be
201
210.
layers.
I just remember that.
Yeah. And yeah, that is, and if you just write Great Pyramid, that equals like a 56. It's equals 65, yeah. And equals 187, 70. 70 is base 8, 70 is 56 in base 8. And that the base 8 thing is really interesting, fascinating. I guess I missed a lot of things in the last 6 months if I had known base 8 thing before finding your post about that initial.
Sure.
And
D26, I would let you go on the whole time, but we have
Okay.
had 3 new people
Yeah, no
join
problem.
in. So just to let
Okay.
them chime in as well. But again, you
All
guys,
right.
be sure to, I just linked everybody's channel. So we got Script Unveiled. I linked his channel. Truth Does Not Exist, Victor, and of course, D26. And all of them are doing great work. And D26, though, I can tell he's the rookie on the scene who's super enthusiastic about this work. And all of you are doing great work. Let's so who's on the hold right now is 208 Productions, Brian and DK Stonewood. I'm actually going to let DK Stonewood cut in line. Actually, I see that he just went away from the camera. Never mind. We'll just go in order. But DK Stonewood's never been here, so I was going to let him cut just because he was a new face. But he just came back. Okay. All right. I'm going to let DK Stonewood cut just because he's new, and then we'll go to 208 and then Brian. But DK, thanks for chiming in tonight. DK, can you hear me? He might be. It looks like his connection might have a little bit of a glitch or a delay. Shoot. DK, is my voice coming through? Shoot, he might have froze up right because now he looks like he's frozen. We'll go out to 208 Productions, and if DK gets it connected back, we'll get him back on here. 208, are you there?
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Hey, thanks
What's
for
up?
coming back. How you
Hello?
doing tonight?
How you doing?
Yeah, you're
Pretty good. How about y'all?
doing well, thank you.
Yeah, I'm just kind of watching, so you can let Brian in.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for joining us.
I'll
Hey, what's
say
up, Brian?
something
Welcome
if
back.
I got some.
What's up? How you guys doing?
Doing well, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like I've kind of a wide variety of a few ideas I just remembered all week. There was something about the Super Bowl, and I was thinking about the riddle that we didn't think about, where it wasn't numbers. You know, we knew everything about Billy Cannon and Joe Burrow and the teams, but the one thing is we know, and we kept repeating it, he never played for the Rams.
Right.
So Joe Burrow losing that game was kind of the poetry. And also, they're on the Niners. I just realized this. I play Madden all the time. I've never even seen this dude. But he played last year. 4th string running back, Trenton Cannon.
Huh.
And I thought it was funny because every weekend that the Bengals won, there was a Cannon playing that week and winning too, until the championship week.
Huh.
I thought that was kind of funny. The one weekend where there wasn't a Cannon playing, that Burrow lost.
Yeah, that is interesting. That's interesting.
Also in Madden, I realized, because I'm trying to do with the games. Whenever I get to play games, I'm trying so hard to remember doing stuff. On Madden, when you turn it on, it's play to LA, and I put that in, and it's 102 and 42. I thought that was pretty funny.
Yeah. That was one of the things that was tricky too, because it had Mahomes won out and won the Super Bowl. He's the guy that's on the graphic of that play to LA. He would have been 10-2 in the playoffs.
Yeah, and that's maybe the original 5-6 Super Bowl. You know,
It's hard to say. Well, we'll never know, but it does seem like it was definitely possible. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have much at the moment. The only other thing was, like, I thought it was kind of funny because like Slipknot does the song Gematria, and I grew up listening to Slipknot, so it's really funny and them having 9 members was always important. And then I was thinking about they come from Iowa. And then I started like thinking about like we've been talking about Iowa recently. I was like, what the hell comes out of Iowa? Nothing. Honestly, you never hear anything. And it's funny that it's the one, and this is real childish to me to think, but it's the one state that looks like the head, like a head of the chef. You guys ever seen that when you look at the map?
Right.
And like that's like, I was like, what is that possible? That's like their headquarters, the big joke right there. They're the head. It's like, I know it's childish, but I was just like thinking about that.
It is interesting. DK Stonewood reconnected. Let's see if his connection's working this time because I know he's trying to get in here. DK, can you hear me? DK, if you can hear
you guys
me,
hear me at all?
I hear you now.
Yeah, I know. Can you guys hear me?
I hear you.
I'll probably have to turn off my camera because the bandwidth is so bad, huh?
Yeah, but where your voice is coming through just fine. If you want to turn off the camera, that's fine. But we hear you.
Yeah, because I can't hear any of your responses. It comes back like rip, rip, rip. So, okay, well, you're hearing me. I just came in from the dog park, so I haven't really heard what anybody's been talking about. I just want to say hello, and I'll listen to you guys a bit before I end. Is that cool?
Sure. What made you want to hop on tonight, or what brought you into this knowledge? That's kind of one of the things I like to hear from everybody when they come on the first time.
Well, I kind of like consider myself to have fully woken up like at the end of 2012, whether that December 21, 2012, alignment or whatever it was. But then starting in 2013, started putting out work. I had a channel that, had all my stuff on it that they deleted. I was one of the first people that got censored. And of course, all my stuff was on there. So none of it was backed up. And they proceeded to burn out 3 of my computers. The FBI was renting a place across the way from me, and either they were catching my Wi-Fi or something. But then I went to just landline, and they finally burned out my last computer. So right now I'm pretty low tech with a tablet and a phone. And I still have 2 YouTube channels, but they blocked me. I can't post to them, can't do anything. One of them is a few years old. One of them is only a few months old. So, I've been my timeline kind of coincides with Zach's. About 2013, I kind of really started pushing stuff, even though I knew 9/11 was a hoax and all that stuff for many years before that. It wasn't until then something sparked, something lit a fire under my ass to start, really getting in people's faces about all this stuff and getting them to stop like ignoring it, to force them to look at it,
Well, good for you. Yeah, we were obviously both
so that's
provoked by
kind of
something
that's
in the
kind of
world
my
to speak up.
background. I'm into I came out of when I was like in junior.
You still
Go
there?
ahead, Zach. I'm on like a 10-second delay, so
Yeah, go ahead. I realize that now. I'll just be quiet until you're done talking. Just go ahead.
you hear me, Zach?
I hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
And I came out of the engineering. I mean, math is a big part of engineering, but engineering and mechanics is my main background. I mean, I got 3 college degrees. None of them are in that, but in general, that's what I was very focused on since probably junior high. So right away, I was aware of the technological manipulation from coming.
Shoot, he just completely dropped right there. Well, that's too bad. Well, to the gentlemen in the room who haven't spoken for a while, anything come across your mind that you guys want to chime in with?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right.
Hey,
so-
Zach, before you even said anything, I just want to say everybody have a good night. I'm gonna get up out of here.
Okay, Victor. Appreciate you staying up late for us again, man.
No,
Have a
no
good
problem.
night.
Take
You
care.
have a
I'll
great
speak to
work.
you soon, Zach.
Yeah, you have a good night. All right, Script, go ahead.
All right. So on March 24th, Mexico will host the United States in a World Cup qualifying match. And remember a few months back where Mexico, the government of Mexico donated a giant statue of a beast to the UN in New York?
Right.
So This match is 66 days after Mexican Independence Day, and number of the beast equals 66.
And just for the record, for the people who forgot, when you do the alphabetic order, number of the beast is 174. That statue was unveiled on the 174th day of the Ignatian year, which is a Jesuit thing. And then when you use numerology, it's 66, like he just said. And again, that's why these ciphers are so important. And you just see how it plays out. But go ahead.
Oh yeah. But that's all I got for now. I'm just looking into it now. But yeah, speaking of 174 and 66, today Barcelona went 11 matches unbeaten away in the league, keeping Real Madrid on 66 points, 66 to 11th triangular, and today is 174 days after the anniversary of the Jesuits' establishment by Rome, September 27th. Of course, number of the beast 174 and 66. It applies worldwide, everywhere.
Indeed. So, and where did you say you're from, friend?
I'm from Uzbekistan.
Is that where you are right now?
No, I'm in New York now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool.
Yeah.
So, truth does not exist. You haven't said anything for a minute. Anything cross your mind while all these people have been speaking tonight?
Yeah, I actually have the StreamYard mascot right here.
How did you? That's not the actual mascot, is it?
No, it's just some random Beanie Baby. I got it at a yard sale yesterday. I saw the logo, their mascot, and I was like, hey, I have the duck here. It looks exactly the same.
Indeed.
Actually, I do have something to share. If have you watched the show on Netflix, Inside Job?
I've heard a lot about that. Lots of little. I haven't seen it, but a lot of people have left comments about it.
Yeah, it has a lot of interesting stuff. I think it was in the first episode. They said something like, have you ever had product placements in your dreams? There's actually this article from before that show even came out that I found about. Here, I'll link it in the chat here in the private chat here. You can show it on the screen. And so it's about a beer company trying to put ads inside people's dreams. And actually, if you listen to the song "Welcome to the Machine" by Pink Floyd, one of the lyrics is "What have you dreamed? Don't worry, we know what you've dreamed." And I thought that was pretty interesting. This the whole thing of placing products in people's minds and stuff, and how they say it in media, and then like there's an article about it, from before that show came out or anything. So
interesting, yeah, very interesting. All right, we had 208 rejoin and DK Stonewood. I'm going to get them both back in the stream because they both disconnected. But 208, was there something you want to chime in with, or are you still just listening?
Yeah, off topic. I just want to shout out Rambo. I love his channel. I've been watching that a lot the past couple of days.
For people who have not subscribed to Rambo's channel yet, it's called The Truth Codes, and he is doing a great job over there at The Truth Codes. So
something about that accent. D26, you got it too, brother. No, I mean that respectfully as possible.
No, that's
yeah, a good voice. It just adds to the presentation. So indeed. DK Stonewood, you reconnected. Can you hear us? He might still be having some connection issues.
Hear him anyway, because it just
Yo,
says
my
I'm in the
connection
show.
was messing up too.
You're in, DK Stonewood. You're back in. You don't have to use your camera if it's using up bandwidth, but we can hear your voice.
Let's see what happens.
But you did get interrupted because it dropped your stream. So if you want to continue off where you were, we're listening.
Nobody's responding to me, so I guess not.
No, we can hear you. Maybe you just can't hear us. Shoot.
I think there's a big delay.
Okay, yeah, so I'm still on a big delay. Yeah, there's a big delay, probably about 8 seconds or so. Let's see. Did you see the story about the Russian astronauts dressed up in the Ukrainian flag outfits?
I did see that. Yeah, I didn't decode it though. What do you make anything out of
wait
that?
8 seconds for the answer. So. I was waiting. I'm like, Zach's probably going to do a show on this, so I'll just wait for that.
I saw the story. I've been a little bit more busy the last few days, so I haven't decoded as much.
I didn't look any further into it other than the fact that we're being shown a
lot of yellow. I guess since then the Russians have come out and said it wasn't inspired by the Ukrainian flag. I guess that's the latest detail in the story. So
it's funny how people are like everybody on Facebook and like all these places are like, and people are like wearing yellow or putting the Ukrainian flag in like their bio or whatever, and like they think as if that's gonna do anything like to help, you know, like it just doesn't make any sense. People play into the thing, you know, people play right into all this stuff.
They matter too. People.
Like what is putting a little emoji in your bio gonna do to help people, you know?
It's gonna change the world.
Makes you special, man.
Just like those black squares.
Right.
Yeah, I know it's kind of a little again off topic where we're going. I didn't think about this for so long until just recently. It was funny like how the Resident Evil, you guys know Resident Evil, you heard of that game before, right? Obviously the movies, maybe.
Right.
But they remade the first and second and third one like just before COVID. And then you know how there was that whole meme thing about how that one science lab had the umbrella, the similar umbrella logo that it might have leaked out of in Wuhan. And I just thought it was so funny how like this game just was redone. It's a big franchise game. It was just redone right before COVID event happened. Just want to throw that out there.
Well, there were a lot of things that were interesting about that because Resident Evil equals coronavirus.
No, God.
Yeah. An Umbrella Corporation from the game equals Wuhan coronavirus. And Umbrella equals Corona, like Capcom, who makes it. And I remember that one of the voice actors, I got to go back and find it, but one of the voice actors from the Resident Evil series died. And I want to say he died at age 56 near the start of the pandemic. But yeah, I don't think it was a coincidence. I think it was just more of the predictive programming. So,
and it's weird how they put it in games too. It's weird how it gets put everywhere. Like that, honestly, like it is true. It's almost you have to respect the amount of effort that's put in how they do this. Like
well, you see how they can do. I mean, if they really do have advance planned out decades in advance, they're like, well, why not put it in the new zombie video game we're making out? You know,
I mean, it is that easy too. That's what's funny. Like, I'm just, gosh.
Paul Haddad, dead April 15th, 2020, dead at 56.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Resident Evil voice actor. So,
and I just thought it was so strange that like that game was like remade just before all of a sudden this big pandemic and how it's gonna have a relation.
The name of the character from the video game is called Leon Scott Kennedy, which equals 201 that he was the voice actor for.
Oh my God, it's so funny because that's like my favorite character from that series as a kid.
Huh.
He does Resident Evil 4. It's like Resident Evil 4. I know what you're talking about. Wow. Gosh, that was something random.
Yeah. So again, I remember that though. I remember covering that. I mean, it's crazy. It's like already 2 years ago, but they've done a lot of these rituals with the same old numbers. So
it's kind of funny how like maybe that's like the remakes too. Like they're told you before, and then that's why some random movie always gets remade. And like instantly when you see it, you're like, this is gonna be stupid, and then you end up watching it.
Sure. Actually, I haven't played the games or seen the movie, but I'm aware of it at the same time. I mean, it's pretty. I know it's a pretty big franchise, so.
It does. It hits a lot of people at home. Like if you bring up Resident Evil and they played it, like it's like you get a special friend already.
Sure. DK Stonewood is reconnected since he dropped out, so he is back on. And DK Stonewood, whenever the DK Stonewood's on the moon right now, it takes a while for it to get there, but when you hear it, you're
I'm on the moon too.
welcome to chime back in. So.
Yeah, I'm on
I
the
had
moon base
something
Clarion
to say.
on the Venusian moon base. A little bit interrupt.
Man, this is awkward. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's making it tough with the delay. I think
Zach,
I recognize.
just so you see, these are my notes for your show for first.
Well, it's okay. The picture's a little bit small, so it's hard to see the notes. But if you can just tell us what's on there, we'll get it.
No, I was just saying how much of a scribble is the joke. These are notes for today's show, but I could get into some of it right now. My buddy make a movie a little bit before COVID, and a lot of my inputs in it, and I helped him edit it, which I watched the movie probably 30 times. You already know how editing goes. It's on this website now because they just mess with it so much. We put it on its own website, thepeoplesintelligenceagency.com. And as soon as the site, you just scroll down, there's a bunch of episodes, but you can scroll down to where it says video, and it says Once Upon a Time Traveler in Hollywood. It's a spoof off of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was Brad Pitt and kind of like that whole Laurel Canyon situation and all that stuff. So that part is explained in the movie, but the movie is kind of almost like a documentary of just lies from Hollywood, from war propaganda to this to that, and a lot of the questions that callers would call in on the TFR show, like asking about certain directors like Kubrick and Robert Zemeckis, and that stuff's all covered in there. And I'll just give you a little teaser. So Stanley Kubrick's wife, her maiden name is Harlan. The main Nazi propaganda filmmaker under Goebbels and Hitler was Viet Harlan. He propaganda filmmaker for the Nazis, and here his niece is married to a guy who allegedly died and made a bunch of disclosure movies. So yes, he worked for them the whole time, and there's clips of her talking about it in the movie and everything. So I was able to take a look at that, and there's even some gems in there for someone like you, Zach, who already knows everything. Maybe a couple things in there that shock you. There's footage of the tunnel systems they have in Laurel Canyon, from Harry Houdini's old house to the to where they assassinated or allegedly ritually sacrificed Sharon Tate, and a lot of different stuff's in there that, like, black and white footage that people may be surprised to see. Pretty cool.
Interesting. I realize who you are. You're the caller from 310 that people really enjoy on TFR. I recognize your voice, so it's good to have a face too.
Oh shit, it is.
Yeah. Yeah, really appreciate it. We just had a Tachi join. Yeah, your voice is distinct and you're always on point. We just had a Tachi chime in, so I'm going to let a Tachi join the stream. And again, once he does his piece, we'll just keep going around round robin. And for the other three people that asked to join the show, I just sent out invites, so check your email. Invites have been sent out. And welcome to the show, Itachi.
Hey, Zach. Thanks for having me on, man. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah. Happy Sunday to everyone. Glad to be here. It's been a great weekend, especially with the knowledge. And, just thought I'd come on and kind of share how it's been going and, to get to know some of these guys better. So happy to be here.
Yeah. Well, welcome. Anything specific you want to talk about?
Kind of these March Madness games and like how I've kind of had some luck waking people up. Like when you really consider like a team like St. Peter's with almost no NBA players beating someone like Kentucky, and then kind of like UConn losing, and just I don't know, just massive parlays. And it's been a long time coming off me people like kind of advertising how the games are scripted and this, and now like I shared with you, having these like $20 parlay tickets that come out like for $900, that come out for like $600. It's like people aren't really, they want to hear more about it. They're more open to it, so that's been something that's been good lately.
Indeed. Yeah, money talks. I mean, that's one of the things that captures the minds of most people. So
yeah, it's pretty sad, but everyone's thinking about March Madness and watching it, so I just thought it was it was funny you made that comment of people who've made money in the community. It's usually like for March Madness and or college basketball, and I gotta agree with that. And it's not all about that, but it's you give people the opportunity to not have to work a day job, which is like that's why some people go to school, to kind of provide for themselves. So I'm forever grateful, and I forever understand the knowledge, and some people never will, and I guess that's why it continues to work for us, right?
Indeed. And Itachi, you, if I'm not mistaken, you quit your day job because they were making you wear a mask or get jabbed or something like that. And in the time you didn't have a job, what was tiding you over was the knowledge, wasn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, I left my job. It was the Bavarian Illuminati Day, August 18th. I answered to a survey, no, I'm not vaccinated, and out of nowhere they have all these problems with me, and then they eventually just let me go, and I didn't get a job until like Halloween. So through that time, it was able to pay for me moving, pay for those months where I was still going out with friends and had to survive. So it definitely saved me.
Okay, I thought that was the correct story, but the trolls, the trolls are always hanging around and paying attention to everything. I've seen them spamming all over that I lied about Itachi using the knowledge to pay his bills while he didn't have a job, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's
What?
exactly how the story was. So,
Yeah, they're insane, man. They
really do pay attention to everything. They like know who everyone is. They remember everything that's said. It's like somewhere like it's like they're in a Fed office just taking notes on everything and just trying to use all the information against us. And I'm just like, I swear to God, that's the story. They're saying I'm a liar. God.
Yeah, no, it's actually it's like a mental illness to stick around this long and not profit off the community. The sad thing is they probably are profiting off the community and like still keeping people away from it, but they're just around so long. If you're not benefiting off of it, because there are some people who are actually around so long and aren't agents, but are like just trolls, like waiting for us to be wrong and stuff. I think those people are actually worse than the agents. Yeah.
Like, are they addicted to it? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I gotta prove them wrong. Like, what makes no sense why you waste so much time of your life to do that.
Yeah,
Well,
like after
there's
the
one guy
Super
who's been
Bowl
trolling me for like 7 straight years now, like every day, like it's his job. And lately he's been making videos too. And it's just like, what I mean, like what kind of guy is that just trolls another man for 7 years straight? I mean, just like it's like I don't know what's going on with that guy. So
Yeah,
Would
the
you say
trolls
that
are more active.
they-
The trolls are
bitch?
more active than anybody else in the community, pretty much. Like on my channel, it's like if I'm doing a stream at 5 in the morning, it's like the person who's there is the trolls, they're the one they're commenting in the chat and, oh, you're Zach's groupie, oh, drama queen, whatever, and it's like the same person, and like they're the first to leave a comment, if not the only person. Like they're watching all my videos and leaving comments everywhere, like all these spammy comments. They have all these different accounts, and I'm just like some little channel. I only have like 1,600 subscribers.
and everyone's going through the same thing. It is the most frustrating thing. It's like, God, I swear to God, the people that care the most about this work are the trolls. They're always the first here and the first to post.
They must be freaking bots. Like who's got that much time? Unless you're right, they're like freaking on salary, and their job is just to like
I
literally.
really think that's what it is, man. And it kind of makes sense because, I mean, we've exposed something big in the world. I mean, it's no joke. I mean, casinos are in the business of taking money from people. This community's been taking a lot of money from the casinos for years now, but especially we've really murdered March Madness this year. But again, there's a lot of reason to try to disrupt what we're doing. And I think a lot of people do burn out from the trolling, and the trolls haven't figured it out yet. Like, you guys don't really have an impact on me. I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. I mean, you guys can sit here and waste your time all day, but
Yeah, same. I just laugh at some of the ridiculous stuff that they say.
That's crazy, guys. I don't have a channel, so I mean that's nuts.
Especially when they call me a transgender. That's when I laugh.
Yeah.
That's the big hype today, dude. You guys, there's this channel. It's called Jason A. I don't like. It's definitely got the Christian stuff to it sometimes, but I like finding information from every angle.
Zach,
but
I'm all the way.
That's a fair porn channel. I remember seeing that in like 2017.
Yeah, and they just today they composed a bunch of they always compose a bunch of the news stories. They always try to somewhat make it biblical, but the new one was about I don't know if you guys heard about it, how Elon Musk actually put that neural link in an ape, a primate, like a monkey. I don't remember what it was exactly. Monkey area. I sound stupid, but it was playing Pong on the TV with its mind.
Huh.
And then they said, in the news, that company that's doing this will be big by 2027, and it's gonna make millions of dollars. And it's funny because in Ready Player One, the main character he's born in 2027. And I was like, wow, that's funny. That's the reason why that date stands out to me right now.
Huh. Yeah, something that was really futuristic that I can't remember what class it was, but I remember somewhere for people who don't know, I graduated from college in 2005. So I mean, this is a while ago now, but one of the classes that we had talked about the future, how there'd likely be technology where it could go in your body and sync up with your brain, and just overnight you'd be able to know another language and speak another language. I mean, it sounded cool at the time, but
it reminds me of that thing that Elon Musk is doing. Neuralink.
That's what it was. It was his Neuralink.
Yeah. So I mean, these
Hey,
thoughts have
Zach.
been out there for a while.
Did you hear about that?
Yeah, in the Matrix.
Hold on.
Neo downloads the stuff inside his mind. The people are able to download stuff in their mind.
Somebody's trying to say something as well.
You good? Sorry. I was just saying, I saw Cuts do a stream on it, but I don't know if you covered this. Did you see Elon Musk challenge Putin to a fight?
No, I didn't.
No, he did. I didn't do any gematria on it. I know there's probably something, but there's a tweet. You could probably look it up. He tweeted. He's like, let's do a 1v1. He called it something other than a fight. I can't remember, but he's like, let's do a 1v1 and the winner gets Ukraine or something like that.
Okay. I put my money on Putin. Musk looks like a bitch.
Yeah. So 6 days ago. So, okay. Yeah. I see. Elon Musk challenges Vladimir Putin to single combat for Ukraine.
That's got to just be by the numbers. Why would you even do that?
Why would they call it single combat? What the fuck is that?
That's what the emphasis is on. Bloomberg's headline has emphasis on single combat. It was posted Pi Day, March 14th. Fox News emphasized single combat as well.
Oh, man.
Again, my favorite thing to date with Elon Musk is when they declared him the richest man on the anniversary of the death of Nikola Tesla.
78. I remember that one.
It was the 78-year anniversary. Tesla 78.
All about 369, right? Sorry. I was saying Tesla was all about 369, right? He was about numbers too. He said the power of the universe was in 3, 6, and 9.
Right. For the record, single combat has the same gematria as Illuminati and 3 out of the 4 ciphers, so that's probably not an accident.
That's a coincidence. What are you talking about?
Yeah. One of them is also 48, which equals Russia. That might be what they're really after. But yeah, I didn't know about that story until just now. I'll go back and look at that.
Jeez.
It's they've been having a bunch of celebrity boxing matches. That'd be so funny if they actually did that.
Yeah.
Somebody just joined the room. It's Young Ben and Natalie. So we got the Gematria love couple just got in here. So let's let them say hi. What's up, Ben?
Hello, everybody. How are you?
Welcome.
well.
Hey, what's up?
Good. How are you?
I'm chilling. I just Zach, this just came to my attention. A former college basketball coach died today, or at least his death was reported today. They didn't give an official date of death. His name was Tom Young, and he was 89, and he coached at American University, Rutgers, who was in the first four, Catholic University, and Old Dominion. And it was the Catholic University Cardinals. And it just reminded me, I know you had Arizona winning the tournament, and Arizona also has the Arizona Cardinals in football, and the Catholic University Cardinals is a team that this guy could. Kind of reminds me of Elgin Baylor's death during the tournament last year. And I see his death was reported. He was born September 17th, so today's his 185th day of his age. Like Catholicism and basketball are 185.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Dead during the tournament, former coach. Yeah, I'll have to look more at that. Think about if there's a significant. You know, it's funny when you said 89. So I just looked it up. So when you said 89, when we called Virginia to win the championship this year, that other year when they won it, it was all about 89. The coach stayed on 89 losses. Virginia equals 89. Virginia Cavaliers equals 89. He's dead in Virginia at age 89. So
yeah, his entire, like, they call that area like Virginia, Maryland, and DC, like the DMV, like DC, Maryland, Virginia, and except for Rutgers, I think all of these universities are in that area. American is in DC, Catholic is in DC, and Old Dominion's in Virginia. So they're like all in that geographic region. And
he started coaching Old Dominion in '85. I see in his bio the year of the first March Madness tournament. So,
oh yeah,
What was the 185 thing again?
he died.
basketball, Catholicism, and mathematics all equal 185. He died 185 days after his birthday.
Yeah.
Okay. The season started 18 weeks, 5 days ago. The NBA, the college basketball season.
Huh.
Oh, okay. I see he was born in Pennsylvania too, which is where Villanova is. Oh yeah, and here's a good one. His full name Thomas Joseph Young equals 231 and 78. Like Sunday equals 78. Reported dead on a Sunday, just like John Thompson of Georgetown was. And the 231, like Ignatius of Loyola, the 21st triangular number, Jesuit 21.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, it's not an accident that this stuff happens every year, and it's just like the day before the tournament began. One of the big news stories was that the college golf team died in Texas. That's from New Mexico, and we said, just based off that story, we said look for New Mexico to upset as a 12 seed, and look for the 2 9 seeds to win in the South and West because they went to the school of the Southwest, and all 3 of those things happened. And again, it's just this kind of stuff. Suspicious deaths synced up with the tournament, synced up with all the world of sports year after year. And I personally wonder what really happened with that golf team bus crash, because I mean that vehicle that they were showing all day was just, totally scorched. I mean, there was nothing left to it. So
yeah, it was weird. I actually looked up that university, and I looked up like how many kids go to the school, because we know how like a lot of these things happen in like small towns, like that. What was Sutherland Springs church shooting was in like
then
one of those
Humboldt in Saskatchewan.
Humboldt. Oh yeah, the Humboldt bus crash.
Yeah, the hockey team.
Yeah, the hockey team. So I looked up the University of the Southwest enrollment is like 600 students,
very
like for the
small.
whole undergrad class, and like a few hundred more for postgrad.
So-
But it's like I'm
under
like
1,000
I'm
in
like
total.
I'm like St. Peter's is one of the smallest schools in the tournament, if not the smallest, and they're like 2,300 students. Then we're talking about a school of like 600 students. I mean, like that's almost nothing.
Sure,
That's-
very small school.
I'm like, it almost seems like it would be very easy to like stage something and not have anybody know about it, or have only a few people know about it.
On the flip side, though, you would think because it's a smaller campus, maybe a lot of the students would know each other.
Yeah, there's also that, which is it's complicated because if something like I'll say like the Michael Brown thing or things similar to that are easy to stage because big city, a populous state like Missouri, not everybody knows everybody, so it's easy to stage something like that. But like some of these things, like you're right, with like smaller populations, on the one hand, you would have a much less likely chance of, more people throughout the world catching on, but like of the people that are involved, I mean, but it's the same thing with, like, I'll say this, Zach, that I know there was a lot of holes in the Stoneman Douglas thing, but there was a kid who was in my one of my classes that year, because I was a senior in high school when Stoneman Douglas happened. And like there was a kid whose cousin went to the school and he said like 7 of his friends died. And I know some people have called in over the years saying they went to the school and they were suspicious of David Hogg. And don't get me wrong, nothing added up about David Hogg or whatever his sidekick was, the girl. But something, I don't know. I've thought about that. I've thought about things like this for a while. It's like, what are they doing?
Yeah, I want to add in real quick if I can, Ben, because I went to school in Connecticut, so not too far from Sandy Hook. And in college, freshman year, just outside like a party, I met a kid from Newtown, and I asked him about Sandy Hook. I'm like, like a lot of people think that didn't happen or whatever. Like, what are your thoughts on that? And he's like, yeah, we've heard all that crazy stuff, but my little brother's friend died, and then I, just kind of left it at that. But it just shows that it's not like them directly, like they'll never like tell you like my brother died, my friend died. So it's always like something like that, it feels like
Somebody who knew somebody.
yeah
Oh yeah
I don't know. I mean, obviously Sandy Hook, nothing adds up about that either, especially with they can't, like, I don't even want to get into it. I mean, like, what happened with what was it, like all of there was like a whole bunch of houses that were sold for like $0 on Christmas Day in 2009 in that town, and like all of them were, and like a whole bunch of them were like people who were involved in the media that day, and like
Right.
and like one of them actually bought the house in 2011, but most of the people didn't. Like there's just like, and I've heard that's that part of the story explained away, quote unquote, but there's just so many things. I mean, like there's an entire documentary about it. It's still on BitChute. It used to be on YouTube. It's weird. I remember when that documentary about Sandy Hook was on YouTube before they censored everything, and one of the top comments at the time was, someone who lived one town away from Newtown, and they said, there was really nothing that happened after that. Like there was no big memorial service. There was no, there was nothing extravagant that happened that would make the whole thing clear. And then H. Wayne Carver obviously didn't make any sense, and he died right before all this COVID stuff. I mean, there's, and that where and then obviously a year later, you get the Sandra Lindsay and on the Sandy Hook anniversary. So there was just, yeah, I mean, like it just, there's something very weird going on. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, Sandy Hook just seems like one of the most blatant, fakery, because there's no proof that anybody was actually at the school that day. Like the school.
All the pictures of children in the winter, not with their like mittens, coats, hats on. It's like, well, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was like the middle of December, and
right.
Of course, the images they were showing us, they admitted that they weren't actually from Sandy Hook. So.
Yeah. And the laughing crisis actor getting into character. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what really woke me up. That's when I'm
Robbie
like,
Parker.
geez, yeah, Robbie Parker.
Robbie Parker.
Do you guys think these events, like, you know, like Sandy Hook seems like another 9/11, where some blatantly there's something to question, but you're not, in our society, you're not allowed to question. If you do, you get put into this certain category instantly.
Well,
Like,
I was gonna say it was never worse than after Sandy Hook. I mean, you had Anderson Cooper and so much of cable news coming on and shaming people for online questioning the event. It's just like, since when is it so anti-American to question something? So
you get what I mean? Like, it's like one of their more significant, like, magical spells they put on us. It's the whole hype for fucking Alex Jones. Like, that one is just so huge. And, like, if you bring it up, though, you're totally, like, a bad guy. Like, you're instantly like, oh, you're a QAnon. Like that's how simple people's minds got today. Like, oh, you know, you're like, you bring up Sandy Hook and somehow you end up, I'm a raging Trump supporter.
sure. Hey, we just got another person in the chat, Decoding with Cody. I'm gonna let him get in here and say hello. And Decoding with Cody, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm just I have a few things I wanted to share, but I'll let people finish what they're saying first. And
No, go
if
ahead.
there's
Go ahead.
anything-
We've all been talking a lot. You're on now, so speak your mind.
Okay, yeah. Well, I'm the one that always writes up the documents and sends to you, and I have a couple documents. I can post a link to the chat if you want, if you can bring it up. I don't know if you'd be able to do that.
Yeah, I can bring it up. So you're posting in the little private chat area?
Oh, I was just gonna post it in the YouTube chat.
And here, oh, you can post it in the YouTube chat too. I'll get it there. And by the way, D26, as soon as Decoding with Cody's done, you're welcome to share your next thought. And but yeah, post it in the chat, and when I see it there, I will I'll get it up on the screen.
It's in the chat now. I just posted it.
Okay, I see it. I see it. Well, the trick is, okay, how do I I don't know how to I see it in the chat, but it's because I'm on the StreamYard thing, it doesn't give me the hyperlink like it would on YouTube. How about just present and we'll listen? As long as you don't overwhelm us with too many numbers, we should be able to follow along.
All right, if you have a three button mouse, you use the middle button.
I got one of these Mac things that has 0 buttons. So
okay.
But yeah, or here while you're telling the story, I'll log in through YouTube, and there I should be able to find it and do it. So go ahead, Cody. We're listening.
Okay, well, I don't have my document up in here because my computer gets real slow when I have it up, so I was just going to follow along with you. But and I don't have it all memorized either, so it's
Okay, here I almost got it on the screen. I almost got it up there. Let's see. Okay. All right, Cyber Polygon. I got it. Is this the right one? Cyber Polygon?
yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So yeah, I want to kind of make it. I don't want to make it too long, but I just wanted to kind of summarize in the beginning here all the events, starting with the World Economic Forum Great Reset announcement, and then as you can see, I kind of went through all the events, starting with that, and then I went to Klaus Schwab had a video which you guys can find online where he talks about a comprehensive cyber attack that would bring down the power grids. He did that on 7/8/2020, which was about a month and a half after the Great Reset was announced. And then after that, we had a couple months later, we had the Colonial Pipeline ransomware attack, and they had that labeled as 5/6 to 5/12, and that was supposedly been done by the Dark Side, which was a Russian group. And then 2 months later, we had the Cyber Polygon, which was a simulation. And then another 5 months later, on 12/9, we had another simulation called Collective Strength. And then a month later after that, there was a movie that came out called The 355. And that in the very first part of that movie, the whole movie is about a hacker who has a device that can hack any computer at any time. And the very first part of that movie, they're knocking planes out of the sky with this device. And of course, this was around the same time that the 5G was coming out, and they were afraid that the 5G was going to knock the planes out of their navigation. So then after that, eventually the 5G was apparently enabled around airports on 1/19, which was just another 9/11 ritual. And then, like you mentioned before, then CNN had, or 60 Minutes had the 2/27 special about the power grid going down. And so that's the summary. Now, if you scroll down, you'll be able to see how I kind of brought the numbers. The one main thing I wanted to point out is I was really looking at the date June 27th, because Ukraine actually had a cyber attack on June 27th, 2017, on that exact day. And if you can see there, I don't know if you can see the picture real well, but you can see that it was in 2017. And if you scroll down a little bit more, you're going to see I really wanted to bring emphasis to the 71s and the 17s, because throughout this decode, you're going to see pretty much all 71s, like when it comes to all the words they use. So you're going to see that, well, first of all, Society of Jesus is 71 in 2 ciphers, in Chaldean and in full reduction. And then you have Order Out of Chaos 71 and Power Grid Collapse 71. And then you have the word that Klaus Schwab uses in his video. He uses comprehensive cyber attack. And that just happens, the word comprehensive just happens to equal 71 as well. And then if you can see down a little lower, you can see that cyber pandemic is also a 71, along with cyber attack. And then Zeus, well, which obviously we all know that Arnold Schwarzenegger had a commercial. He knocked out the power during the Super Bowl.
Where he's
and he's a 71,
right,
and a 17. Zeus is 71 and 17. And Dark Side, the name of the Russian hackers, is 71 as well. So it's all 71s. And then if you go down a little bit more, you'll see that's the Power Grid attack and Power Grid down are both 171. And the reason I wanted to bring emphasis on June 27th is not only because there was already a cyber attack on that day, but if you measure from Cyber Polygon until June 27th, that's 353 days, which is the 71st prime. And so you can go down a little bit more now. So I had the little picture there where I showed it was 353 days, and how also if you measure, it's also 11 months and 18 days, which cyber pandemic equals 118 and 71, and Catholic obviously equals 71 too. And then over there in the corner, you can see I also made some other 353 connections. Because in the video, Klaus Schwab says, pay insufficient attention. That's one of the phrases that he emphasizes. And you can see that equals 353, which is also the 71st prime.
Why did he say that? What did he mean by that? Pay insufficient attention? What's the point of saying that?
Yeah, you'll just have to watch the video. It's just like he emphasizes these words like comprehensive and pay insufficient attention.
Okay.
And they both have a connection to 71.
Okay.
You know? So and then obviously if you measure from another date, I talked about base 8 counting here, but if you measure from another date, it's 128 days. You scrolled down a little fast there, but I remember that it was 128 was connected to something. But anyways, I talked about the base 8 counting and how but I don't want to make it too long. It's a long decode. You guys can look at my channel and see all of my documents. I link them in my comments. So
Okay, but you think June 27th could definitely be a day. That's the day leaving 187 days left in the year. Big Jesuit numbers. So. Okay.
Well, the
What's
movie,
that farting
the
noise?
355.
Am I the only one who hears that? It sounds like a
Well,
farting.
I do hear some noise. I don't know where it's coming from. So maybe I don't know. It's okay though. Just go on. Were you done decoding with Cody, or did you have a few more things you want to say?
I just wanted to say that like what you said with the days, it's the 187th day leaving in the year, and also it's the 178th day. And Klaus Schwab did his video on July 8th, which is 782. So they love the 78 and the 87s.
I see. Yeah. Yeah.
And the movie, the 355. So that movie, 171 days later, is June 26th. Okay, and the movie is, if you can see, Power Grid Attack and Power Grid Down is 171. But also the movie, the director of that movie, Simon Kinberg, is a direct match to Cyber Attack, 188 and 71.
Interesting. Okay. Well,
And that movie, when I watched that movie, I knew immediately within the first 5 minutes what it was all about. So.
Okay. That actually means that the day before that, June 26th, is the day leaving 188 days left in the year. So that's also something to think about. And that also means June 27th through December 31st is a span of 188 days. Let's let Lee Clarkson get in real quick. Lee Clarkson's joined us. Let's let him say hello. And then I know D26 has more that he wants to share with us as well.
Hey Zach, thanks for having me on, man. I'm gonna hop off. Just
all right, Itachi, you have a good night, man. Congratulations.
Thank you. See you.
All right. So Lee Clarkson is joining us. Welcome to the chat, Lee.
Lee. Hey, what's going on, Zach? How you doing, man?
Hey, thanks for getting on here.
Hey, no problem. Is it still on for next month?
Are you talking about Oklahoma City, April 19th?
Yeah.
It is. We're getting a lot of feedback through somebody's
speaker.
Speaker.
Is it me? I just turned down my volume.
Hard to say.
Okay, yeah. Zach, talk again. Maybe it's for me.
But Lee, were you just wondering about Oklahoma City, April 19th? Is there more you want to say? But Lee, were you just wondering about Oklahoma City?
Well, I was going to say I'm going to be there.
Yeah, it's not me.
Awesome. Yeah, it's definitely still on, and there's, I think so far we've heard from quite a few people.
Oh man. Yeah, I'm going to drive all the way from Tennessee, man.
I appreciate that. Very cool. Was there anything else you wanted to share tonight? I appreciate that.
No problem.
Very cool.
I'm very excited, man.
Was there anything else you want to share tonight? Who's ever created the feedback?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I had a question about like what should I expect? I mean, do we have a plan or like?
Who's ever created the feedback? Okay.
What is?
Hold on. I'm gonna mute every. Here, I'm gonna go through one by one, see if I can figure it out. Okay. Okay. Hold on. I'm gonna mute everybody. I'll unmute. Hold on. I'm gonna mute every. Here. Why is this happening now? This was not happening before. I don't know.
What's going on?
This was not happening before. Okay, I don't know what to do about the feedback, but so the plan is we're going to meet at the Oklahoma City Memorial site. Okay, I don't know what about the feedback. We might get shut down there. So the plan is we're going to meet at the like Bricktown Park, Oklahoma City you can walk to. So that's Memorial site. We might get shut down there. If it does happen, there's a park like Bricktown Park. It's just a few blocks away you can walk to. So that's the plan.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave.
Do we have a permit? Do we need a permit?
We don't need a permit. We'll be fine. So Yeah, if they say we have too big of a group, we'll split up and take different sections around the town. But yeah, we shouldn't have that many people that we need to worry about that. So I think we'll be all right.
People that we need to worry about that. So I think we'll be all right. Okay, cool. Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks, Lee. Look forward to meeting you, man. Thank you.
All right. Well, thanks, Lee. Look forward to meeting you, man. Thank you.
Take care.
You too, bro.
All right. See you,
Have a good one, man.
Yeah. Have a good night. Okay. Well, we got a new feedback problem. I'm not sure why that happened, but
yeah, I think it was Lee because he was the only one that wasn't muted.
Huh. I wonder what it looked like. He had headphones in. So why was that happening?
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
It was definitely Lee.
Yeah. Yeah. Now
Yeah,
he's
that's
gone.
weird. He had headphones in. You would think it wouldn't have been him because he had headphones in. Weird.
You guys, just like because we're talking about the World Economic Forum, you guys have heard about the young global leaders? Or like they get people when they're young from all across the world to, like Klaus Schwab literally, of all people that actually found this, I know we all hate them, but information from everywhere. Call for an Uprising did a video on it. Was how like they have this like initiative when they're young. It's like young global leaders, and he even says it. He's like, we want to infiltrate cabinets of government. He literally says that. And like, I don't know if you guys like, it's so simple how they can place people where they need to with the politics. These influencers, these people are nobodies. Like, I mean, in the movie Don't Look Up is the total eye opener where the lady is like in charge of of all NASA or whatever. She was just like given the position. She had no intelligence in it at all.
Right. Something about like her dad being a wealthy donor or something. I forget what it is, but yeah, indeed. D26 has something else he'd like to share with us, and I think we'd probably all like to hear it. So D26, you got the floor.
Thank you, man. I'll be there in a minute. Hold on. Okay. So, yeah, I was just making some points while I was going to speak. So, according to the sparse pandemic document, the next pandemic, according to the sparse pandemic document, it's going to start in the late 2025. So the year which is going to be the most impacted will be 2026, which is the year of the horse, according to the Chinese zodiacs, and the year of the horse equals to 01. And with the ongoing thing, which you just mentioned about SpaceX, as in Elon Musk. SpaceX CEO Elon Musk equals 201, and everything with going on with the Ukraine thing and NATO. I did make a point in my last TFR call. And by the way, talking about TFR, I probably won't be able to talk to you on TFR because I don't know, something happened with my network provider that I used to call to my friend and to my university in Canada, and I was not being charged back then in 2021 as well as 2020. But this time when I called you on TFR, I don't know, I was charged and I was not told that I would be charged, and I got a bill like 7 times what I pay every month. So it's like overbill. I don't know how
Did they refund you? Did you take that up with them and say, hey, what's the deal? Did you get the money back?
I didn't get the money back because they're saying that it's not billed, so I have to wait till the bill comes up. They said that it's something like your credit limit is you have exhausted your credit limit. I said, you never told me that I had a credit limit before. I'm ready to pay, but you need to tell me a proper amount for that. It's like something 7 times what I pay every month, but it's anyways. I just got a new number. I don't know. Once the bill comes, I'll sort it out, whatever it is. Apart from that, I had another point with the European Union. The European Union equals 201, and the North, as in the NATO, has a different name also, which is called North Atlantic Alliance, equals 201 in the Jewish ordinal cipher. I did not use that much. Sometimes I use 4 base ciphers, and another video, in another tab, I have all the ciphers together. So when I have to take screenshots, it's easy for me. So I just found that the North Atlantic Treaty Organization equals 402, and in the same cipher, North Atlantic Alliance equals 201.
Huh.
And regarding that, I also make one more point about this year because it's 2022. If I'm not correct, this year we have the Qatar FIFA World Cup this year, and FIFA in French equals 201. You just have to change the what's it? You have to remove those graph signs, the accents. The you get to 201.
Huh.
And what's the half of 201? 100.5. And if you write the guy's name is Leonardo Bonacci. Yeah, it's Leonardo Bonacci in the Fibonacci sequence because that's the guy who created. So there are two people in history that are that are credited with the Fibonacci sequence. One is an Indian mathematician, and one is an European mathematician. I guess he was an Italian. His name was Leonardo Bonacci. If you write his name in the Fibonacci sequence, that equals 1005, just like 11th of March, which is half of 201, 100.5.
Huh.
And which the national anthem for you guys, the United States, because most people watching right now are from the US, from the West. The Star Spangled Banner was adopted on 3rd of March 1931, 201 days after 15th of August, the date
Huh.
the ships were created. And regarding one more thing, I made a very vague point, which is apologize when sometimes I'm not clear about my points. I didn't make a point that Boba Fett actor equals 201, but I was wrong. I just named the other actor. So there are two big actors who played Boba Fett. One was in the original trilogy, in the episodes 5, if I'm not wrong, and then we have the recent actor who recently played Boba Fett. His name is Timura Morrison. But the original actor, his name was, hold on, let me check. His name was Jeremy Andrew Bullock, if I'm not wrong. He was a British actor. Jeremy. Oh yeah, I got it. His name also equals 201 in the Francis Bacon. I don't use this again. I don't use this much. Sometimes as I said, I have all the ciphers and I have 4 base ciphers in 2 tabs, side by side. So his name equals 201. In the English ordinal, his name equals 149, and 149 is base 12 counting of 201.
Huh.
Keep that in mind. As I said in my last TFR call, that is the day when Bill Gates' father, Bill Gates Sr., he died on 14th of September.
Right.
And regarding that September point, I just reminded me of 289, like 28th of September, which is one day after the Jesuits were recognized by Rome in 27th of March, 1540. That is, if I'm not wrong, 28th of September, that is the day when that 33-day Pope John Paul I died, if I'm not wrong.
Right. They say he went to bed September 27th and then was pronounced dead September 28th. Right.
Interestingly, because 289 in base 12 counting equals 201.
Huh.
So
Amazing.
yeah, that base 12 is also interesting. And another point, if I may, remember that not JFK, sorry, the RFK Jr. made a rally on January 23rd. You made a
Right.
point. I was spamming on the live stream that January 23 equals 201.
Huh.
And even the January 2nd equals 2nd of January 2nd equals 201 as well. And if you know this with the 9/11 thing, you made a point about 77 because that was one of my favorite points when I first read your book back last year with the all 77 rituals, flight 77, 77-foot pentagon. There's one more thing to add, that is order from chaos equals 77. September 11th equals 77. September 11 with the th and without the th, it both equals 77. Order out of chaos equals 777 in
Right.
base
Jewish.
Jewish Gematria. Sorry, not in.
Yeah.
And now coming, if I may come to the foreign ciphers, which gets really to a whole other level. But let me check if I'm missing any points. Not anything right now at the moment. So coming to the Hebrew cipher, you did you just start with the Hebrew ciphers in the first book and the first page with the YHW, the tetragrammaton equals 26, and the 101 and 26 rotations. And it is my favorite number because I'm born on the 26th November. And even without, this is interesting. I should have clarified this before that. I did find your work on Gematria in 2020, but I didn't know there was something called Gematria, which is I knew about something with the combination coding with the numbers and letters as A, B, C's 1, 2, 3. But I didn't know that it is called if Gematria is called isopsephy in Greek. But I knew this back in 2016 or 17 when I was in high school because I was watching a video of Randall Carlson. If you have ever heard about this guy, Randall Carlson, and I suspect that he's probably Freemason, but he's kind of good Masons who just want to share their knowledge about ancient structures, sacred geometry and ancient structures. With that said, as I said, I used to follow Graham Hancock. You must have heard about Graham Hancock. He's a famous author on ancient civilizations, especially Egypt. Just like Graham Hancock, there's a guy called Randall Carlson. He's an American, and he's more of a technical guy. He has more technical proofs. There was an ancient flood, not one flood. There were multiple ancient floods, just like the one that is referred in the context of Noah. There were like several floods every few thousands of years, and we are just due another one, which is why there's a lot of stuff, conspiracy theories about the cabal wants to create kind of a kingdom or place where they are safe and the rest of the world is underwater. Like even the Simpsons has predicted that the entire New York State is going to be, or even the entire the West Coast and the East Coast, cities are going to be underwater within a century, by the late 21st century. And with that said, I'll make a point with the Egypt because Egypt equals 201 in one of the prime cipher. It's either primes or reverse primes. And pyramids in Egypt equals 201. Great Pyramid of Giza equals 201. Now this gets more interesting. Now you mentioned, and we have talked about a lot. Sorry, you guys have talked about a lot with the sun cult that they worship the sun. I'll also make a point, everyone right now hearing me, to make search the video about Bill Cooper's what's it? His radio recordings when he was on the radio show in 1993. There is a channel I don't know, but if I'm not wrong, Outlaw X was the one who had shared the link, and even I had downloaded way back. I don't know, a few years ago, but I did not find the links. But on YouTube, there is a guy who had posted a decade ago all the radio shows of Bill Cooper that he made in 1993 to 1996 before he died in 2001. Interestingly, he died on November 5th, the day, remember the 5th of November.
Right.
And he made, I guess, the first video on his show, as the first recording on his show. He makes a very good point about the esoteric meaning and the occult meaning about the movie 2001, Space Odyssey 2001. So that is directed by Stanley Kubrick, the same guy who is credited as apparently the guy who shot or who filmed the fake moon landings, Apollo landings. He's also the same guy. And the movie came out in 1968. He dies 33 years later. The movie is released in 68, which is about 2001, 33 years later. 33 is an important number to the Freemasons as well as human anatomy.
If you don't know this about Kubrick, he died 666 days before 2001 started.
Yeah, I know that, and he also died on 66th day, 7th of
Yeah.
March is 66th day.
Yeah.
And he also he was born on 22nd of July, which can be written as 22/7. The Jesuits were created on the 227th day, which is 15th of August.
Right.
And he also died 7 months and 9 days after his 70th birthday, and 70 is 56 in Bayesian counting. 70 is Bayesian counting of 56. And regarding that, so yeah, he makes a point about the first 20 minutes of the movie 2001: A Space Odyssey, in which there is no dialogue. It's just frames, and it has definitely there has to do something with the a cult meaning about that. There is a sunrise, which he calls, as the Bell Cooper calls it, as primordial knowing, which is what they worship, which is what these mystery schools, he used to call secret societies as mystery schools. Um, they all worship the sun, the which is the source of enlightenment, because that brings light. Light brings knowledge. That's why he calls primordial knowing. And with the sun cult, which is also interestingly the all the entire philosophy or mythology about the Hindu, let's say, text about the entire mythology about, I wouldn't call it mythology, it's just that in my religion as well, they all talk about the sun is the source of knowledge and energy and power and all that stuff. um, with that said, now going to a very important sun deity in the ancient world, which is the sun god of the Egyptians, which is Ra. Now keep that in mind. Egypt. Hebrews were captured in Egypt as slaves, as in the Jews were captured in Egypt. The entire story of Moses, the entire movie about Exodus. There was a movie on Exodus with Christian Bale as Moses. Keep that in mind. In Hebrew, Ra, Ra equals 201.
Huh.
And as well, Kabbalah equals 137, which is the 33rd prime. And Mystic equals 129, the basic, which is 201 in basic counting. The Garden of Eden in Hebrew equals 177.
Huh.
And Judaism equals 47. And the entire thing with the isms like Christianity, Judaism, Hinduism, Buddhism, in my opinion, these words are anglicized, because none of these mean the same thing as they're in the original. Like, just like French in French equals français, Spanish in Spanish equals español. So likewise, the entire thing with the Hindu, or the word Hinduism, is not correct or not appropriate, because I did something, and there's also a YouTube channel called Kokito. He also made a video that it's a fun animation that you guys must have known about, the Indus Valley River civilization, one of the oldest. There are like four of the oldest ones. One is the Egyptian civilizations. Then we have the Mesopotamians, or I would say first Mesopotamians. Then we had Indus in the Egypt. Sorry, Indus in India, northern India. We had Yellow River civilization in China, and we had Mesopotamian, which is in modern day Iraq, and then we had Egyptian in modern day Egypt. So these are the four initial civilizations. The one in the Middle East and the Northern Africa is called as the cradle of civilization. And uh, with that said, the name Indus, we used to call it as Sindhu. The river was called as Sindhu, and when the Persians came, they used to call it as Hindu, because they didn't. They used to pronounce S as silent. That became Hindu. And then the Greeks came. Alexander, he came to India, and they did not. They changed the name from Hindu to India. That's it, and that's how India derives from ancient times. And the entire thing with the history, Asif made a good point that the Jesuits came before the British were in India. The British came in India in probably 17th of century, and long before that, the Jesuits were already present in the court of Akbar, who was a Mughal emperor in 1605, I guess, the same year Guy Fawkes was hanged,
Right.
or probably he was captured on May 5th of November. And I was just like, I hope I'm not lost with that thing. Oh, also, World War equals 102 in, let's say, in the English line first. In Hebrew, that equals 1229, which is 201. And even in Hebrew, if you change the language, you are also probably going to likely change the number, the count of the letters and words, which is why I come to the next point, that it's an appeal to everyone in the community that try looking into the letter counts as well, because that sometimes makes him points, because World War equals 102. In Hebrew, that equals 10 letters and 2 words,
Huh.
which equals 1229, which is 201 in basic counting.
Huh.
And the entire thing with some of the numbers in Hebrew, in some of the numbers in when I was decoding Gematria, when I was new to this thing, They remind me of the something called sacred geometry, which is like some numbers are repetitive in our nature, in our day-to-day lives, in the cosmos. I'll just name those. I'll just give some examples of those numbers. 108 is the most common one, which is a sacred number. Sacred number equals 201. 144 is another important number. Um, the screen which I'm on right now is 144 hertz refresh rate. So yeah, that is, and the screen I'm on, which is a full HD screen, 1080p, 1080, 144 hertz. So these numbers are in our day-to-day lives, not only in the technology, even in the universe. We have 12
I
months,
gotta
the
say
12
something
zodiacs.
about that. I'm gonna go get hold on, let me go get something on that.
All right, yeah. I have a presentation on that. It probably, hopefully, if I ever will share that, and also probably next week, which is next Monday for me, 28th of March, will be the probably last time I will be on Sunday night, because next month I'm starting a new chapter in my life, so I won't be. That's an old hard drive.
Yeah, it's a floppy disk. It's for my camera.
That's older than you are.
Yeah, this camera's from 1999. It
Awesome.
uses
Oh.
floppy disk. It's like one of the first digital cameras. It's a Sony Mavica.
I guess most of the footages we have from 2001, as in 9/11 attacks, that is from those kind of cameras. The Sony camera.
So 1.44 megabytes of storage on it.
That's amazing.
That is an important number in technology. Definitely, even all the powers of 2. And regarding that 2, it just came into my mind that there are 32 rays in the IHS logo, 32 sun rays. 32 is 2 raised to 5, like 2 to the power 5. It can be like 2 5, like small
Sure.
5 in the superscript. Pope equals 25, like devil, like earth, like Enlil. So that power thing is also an important thing. Also, did you know that Trump equals 263, the 56th prime in satanic gematria?
I didn't
So
realize
does,
that.
so does carbon equals that. And there is a famous footballer called a soccer player called Gerard or Gerard. I don't know what's the pronunciation for it.
Gerard.
Yeah, Gerard. Sorry for that. I really mess up with the pronunciation. Even kobolds, that is interesting. And this is interesting. If anyone is doing hard decodes pre- uh, on the periodic table, yeah, please share that on the free to find truth, because there is a lot with the periodic table. Now, this is an important fact about periodic table. I guess a lot of people miss that, because this is when I learned about when I was learning organic chemistry. In the entire periodic table, there is one letter from the English language that is missing. Can anyone guess which one it is?
Q?
No.
Is it Z?
It's J.
J.
Jesus. Like Jesus, like J. J is the 10th letter, which is even the 10th letter of the tetragrammaton, which is Yod. And if I'm not wrong, Yod is, if anyone is from Israel, if anyone is Jewish, they might, or if anyone speaks Hebrew or writes Hebrew, they must be knowing that Yod is the seed of the Hebrew alphabet. And it's an important alphabet because it's also the first letter of the tetragrammaton. And I guess there is some meaning that why J was selected as the 10th letter, and why is that the missing one. And even the guy who created the periodic table, Gregory Mendeleev, if I'm not wrong, Gregory Mendel, who is, let me check that. His name also equals 201, if I'm not wrong. Oh, sorry, his name equals to 301. And also, there is something that I'm seeing this 301 also a lot lately. I don't know.
I've
there
seen a
might be
lot of
some-
301, and I'm trying to figure out what could be behind that. Part of me is wondering, like, is that the next level? It's 101, 201, maybe 301 is the next level, but I haven't connected the 301 yet either. So
Okay, so I was wrong about that. I was wrong on this. So Gregor, his full name, Gregor Johann Mendel, his name equals 301. But if you write Gregor Mendel, that equals 201. It also equals 69. And he's also the one who's called as the father of modern genetics, which also equals 201, if I'm not wrong. No, it's not. Anyways. Okay, the father of modern genetics, that equals 263, which is 56 prime. And again, with the 263, we have Copernicus, Nicholas Copernicus, with the guy credited with the heliocentrism, if I'm not wrong, with the Copernicus revolution. He went to University of Ferrara, which equals 263, the 56 prime, and also equals 119. And most of the world writes September 11 as 119, and that is a very interesting number because a lot of I'm finding that a lot of decodes in when I'm decoding about other things from the United States. I'm seeing that number a lot. Even while I'm decoding about India, I see a lot of 119 as well as 156, which is 911 is the 156 prime. What else? I guess I made it very.
I got a question for D26.
Yeah, sure.
So he recently joined the community, and now you're talking about leaving. Can you explain?
Sorry.
You were like you said what next Sunday is going to be your last
It's kind of complicated. So as I said, I was supposed so it's everything is tied up with my academic life. So it's completely messed up. I was supposed to go to Canada for my bachelor's in 2020. We had the COVID thing, so I had to delay that because of the visa restrictions and all that nonsense. Then we had the vaccine mandates, and I was anticipating because they are definitely going to ask for the vaccine mandates in university students. I was not going to take it, no matter what. I was not going to take it. I was pretty much sure about that. So just within a month after receiving the visa, I had to cancel that. So my entire dream got shattered with the abroad studies and all that stuff. So I was home for the last 18 months. I have not been to a college, not been to a university, because more sooner than later they're going to ask for it, the vaccine pass. And in India, there is all sorts of politics because the central government is clear about they are clear about their stand that nothing is compulsory. They have been said. That means people have asked in the RTIs, which is Right to Information Act, just like you have Freedom of Information Act (FOIA). We have the RTI thing. So if you ask a formal question to the central government, they will reply that the vaccine is voluntary and masks are advisable. There, nothing is compulsory. But it is the corruption in the state government level, which is the one putting all these mandates. Luckily, there have been some victories, small victories, significant victories in the high courts of at least in my state, but nothing I would say sort of major that can help me with anything. But anyways, I got an admission with an institute. I hope this does this. I hope this thing does not reach to them because I have decoded about their names and there are actually a lot of numbers coinciding with what we do with the 56. I can't even say the name, but yeah, I knew even when I went to that then institute, there's all sorts of symbolism. And to be honest, before finding Gematria, because I can say one thing what good about myself is that I was good with the ancient stuff, as in ancient knowledge, as well as finding symbolism in everyday life. I was also one of the because as I said, I'm a hardcore fan of Marvel stuff. I was one of the first to find out that COVID thing in the background, in the background of Captain America: The First Avenger, and so yeah, my classes, as in my institute, my classes starts next month probably, and I also have to go to one of I'm going this today, tonight, or probably early morning tomorrow. I'm going to one of the most holy places in the subcontinent. So I'll be returning on Saturday. After that, probably Monday morning will be the last time I'll be on Sunday night show. After that, if I ever get time on Monday morning, I'll surely join you guys for like few minutes, maybe at least for half a minute.
Monday morning will be the last time.
Okay. Apparently now we have
Sunday
an
night
echo.
shows. After that,
I don't
if
know
I
where it
ever
came
get
from.
time on Monday morning, I'll sure.
Also, I look like weird because I had a haircut. I had long hairs. I grew up with my hair for like 4 years. I look like crazy. So
I used to have long hair too, so I identify.
I got long ass hair.
Who has long hair?
I miss my
Too
life. I have to look professional now. I hate it.
everything, something is up with the beanie thing and all the decoders. Like,
Oh, yeah.
let's see.
Well, you
Script
looked
and
fine
Village
before. I
Marketing.
noticed you came back with a beanie. I was like, oh, okay.
I've been
Alright.
trying to grow my hair out. When I'm 18, I want it like really long.
It'll be there. Just don't cut it.
My
Yeah,
camera's
I had it
not
because I kept it since 2018. I had the as long hairs because I used to perform for Michael Jackson. I'm a huge fan of that, so I used
Awesome.
to keep long hairs for that,
Awesome.
for let's say for dance performances and fashion shows. So, anyways, all that stuff. I have one. I can't think about that. I just can't find. There was something interesting about with the Ukraine thing. I can't find that. Uh,
D26,
but
just to be clear though, you'll be able to, you might not be able to join us because of your time schedule, but you're going to keep doing the work, and with your YouTube channel, you're going to put up content
sure.
whenever you can. Yeah, okay.
So I will. So once I get what the schedule over there is, in that, well, apparently they said that the classes are going to be from Monday to Saturday. So, and also it's going to be a lot of work. Basically,
Okay.
what I'm doing is what they do in movies. I'm learning about animation and VFX. So it's all crazy. But I was supposed to study architecture, which is what my core interest is, like mathematics, history, structure, physics. But now I'm aware because of the pandemic and all that stuff. Now I'm coming to this. But again, I like this. That's why I chose this field.
Sure.
Uh,
Sure.
but with the okay, this reminds me of pyramids. With the numbers with architecture. Uh, with the 432, which is an important number in secret geometry, 432 hertz. That is a
exactly.
complementary of as a, I call it as a complementary thing. If you add 432 with its own reflection, I call it as a complementary thing. So it's 432 plus 234 equals 666. And if I'm not wrong, 234
Yeah.
point through the 23.4 degrees is the tilt of the Earth. And if you do some math, I need to find that graph. I had that graph which explains that there is some 666 relation with the sun. If you write in the Sumerian cipher, sun and moon equals 666, like NASA equals 666,
Huh.
and the number 666. Before finding your work, Zach, I found this that there is more to this number rather than just being the number of the beast.
Sure.
In,
Well, it's also the
in
number of a man. I mean, the Bible verse says the number of a man, the number of the beast, and man's made
carbon,
on the sixth day.
man is made of carbon. Carbon has 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, and 6 protons. By the way, carbon also equals 263 in one of the ciphers, which equals 56 prime.
Indeed.
Uh, and
D26, we had somebody just join the stream. I also told Sweet Lady I wasn't going to go more than 3 hours.
okay,
And
yeah, I'll just make a last quick point if I'm not wrong with the human anatomy. With the 666, okay, in sacred geometry, not sacred geometry, but in cosmos, Earth's orbital speed is 66,600 miles per hour.
Right.
Keep
Yep.
that in mind. So that's again 666 with the Earth thing. All right, thanks for everyone. Thanks for having me here, Zach.
Well, you're very welcome.
Pleasure.
And you're welcome back anytime. And again, I think
Sure.
all of us are super happy you've joined the community. You clearly got a brilliant mind, and you're making
Yes,
huge
sir.
contributions.
Do you have a free to find truth D26?
Yeah,
Yes,
I do
he's
have
on
it. It's the same name, D26.
D26.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we should
Oh, by the
should
way,
do
a lot of people.
a stream together. You can come on my channel.
Sure, let me just drop a link on the free to find truth.
And
Also,
for everyone asking in the chat, his YouTube channel is D26 space creates. Let's
and as well, I'll just make two quick ones. Sorry for that, Zach. I have a Telegram channel called Shifting Paradigm. You just need to write shifting underscore paradigm. That is my Telegram channel. I'm not posting for the last few weeks, but yeah, I'll be posting that. I will probably do live stream because there is no. You can have up to 10,000, 1,000 people on that, and it's a messenger app, by the way. It's just like WhatsApp. It's not very good with the privacy thing, and as well with the D20. A lot of people were asking on the chat or even somewhere in my DMs that what's the D26. By the way, that's my name encoded with the help of Gematria. If anyone can find that name as decode my name, I will probably be grateful to that person. That's a huge big hats off to that person. Anyways, thanks for having me, and thanks for letting me talk.
Of course. Of course. Let's say hi to GTM Kane. Thanks for joining us this evening. GTM, I think you might be muted. I don't hear your voice. I definitely see your face, but yeah, somehow you're muted. No, I think he's still muted. Is your mic switched off? Maybe.
Yo, leave and then just rejoin real quick. That happens to me sometimes.
Huh. Yeah, he's definitely not muted on our end, so it's got to be somehow his mic. We can't hear his mic.
Just back out and then join on the same link.
GTM, if you can hear us, somebody said that they had this problem one time and they just backed out and then they just rejoined on the same link and then it worked. So if you can't get it, maybe just exit and then come back in on that link and see if that works. We'll definitely wait for you. Yeah, so we still can't hear you for some reason. Yeah. You guys, we are going to wind down. We'll wait for him to reconnect, but I did tell Sweet Lady I was going over 3 hours. I'm probably going to break the promise, but I won't go too far past. If you guys have closing thoughts, we can just go right in order. Truth Does Not Exist, Script Unveiled, 208 Productions, Brian, and Decoding with Cody. You got a closing thought there? Truth Does Not Exist.
Well, I have something that I had found. It will take like 5 minutes to show. Should I show that, or do you want to just go to the next person?
5 minutes might be a little bit too long for the situation we're in right now. You can't buzz it down into 30 seconds.
Okay. Well then I'll share something else. Yeah, if you guys can help, if you guys can share my video, it's called You're Stuck. And I basically showed how the laws are basically made to like screw people who are abused. Also, if people want to join again the Discord that I said that I had, I'll put that inside the chat in both channels. So
okay,
yeah,
perfect.
we're always in there talking. It's pretty fun. Everybody should join.
Okay. We had GTM come back real quick. Let's see if he's got his sound working now. GTM, you're back on, friend. Can we hear you?
Right. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, there it is. I hear you. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
But it's nice to talk to all you guys. I don't know how delayed it is on my end, but I just wanted to chime in. I'm not really here to make any points or anything. It's just I've been really studying your work for like a while, man. Like a long while. I'm a local artist in my I'm trying to get my music and stuff going. But I've been really studying your work for a while, man. It's like, and I've got to the point to where I'm all the way in, man. Like I'm all the way in. I've tried to give people some of your knowledge and teach them and try to wake people up. But of course people gonna tell me, oh man, you're going to hell, man, or I'm this and I'm that, and people just got everything to say, man. But it's just like I'm all the way in, man, and I'm trying to get everybody else to be all the way in, and that is the hard part, man. That's the hard part, man.
Hey,
It
yo,
seems like nobody. It seems like you're talking about it, man. You seem like that one stupid kid in class who got the answer wrong, and everybody knows. And you're like, bro, you really gonna mess it up? Mess it up for everybody else, man. And that's how I feel all the time, man. And I just want to know, how do y'all find and make these points?
You cut out at the end. You said, "How do we find?" And then it cut out real quick. If you could say that one more time. Uh-oh. You cut it. I don't know if we're on a delay, but you cut it. You said, "How do you find?" And then it cut out. If you can hear me. Oh shoot! He went silent again. Ah man, it's a connection issue.
We need to know what you're saying.
Yeah, sorry, man. It cut out. He must have had the $1 million question. The feds were listening. They cut him off right there. So
I want to know how to contact him. I was going to
might
ask.
want to drop out again, GTM, and come back. And when you come back, we'll reconnect you. And I bet we'll hear you the second time. So yeah, it dropped your sound again for some reason. That's too bad. Well, while he's getting reconnected, Truth Does Not Exist. He dropped his link. Script Unveiled, you were up next, man. Well, what are your closing thoughts tonight?
I have a 90-second decode on the death of my country's president. Can I share it?
Okay. Let's go for it.
So, September 2nd, 2019, Uzbekistan President Islam Karimov died at the age of 78. His name is Islam. He's named after the religion. So he died at age 78, right? Jesuit, 78. He died 7 months, 3 days after his birthday. Sacrifice 73, ritual sacrifice 73. The day he died, September 2nd, 2019, was a day with 47 date numerology, government and president, both 47. and he died a span of 151 days before his birthday, 151, 36 prime. His name, Islam, just like the religion, 36. And what are the odds that the first president of Uzbekistan dies of a stroke? Uzbekistan, 38, stroke, 38. Death, murder, killing, RIP, all 38. And yeah, we're gonna close it off with this. Uzbekistan, the country of Uzbekistan gained independence from the Soviet Union on September 1st, 1991, written 9/1 in the year 91, the Society of Jesus, 91.
Perfect.
That's it.
Yeah, sadly, the same stuff going on all over the world. All right, our friend rejoined us. Let's hope the sound's coming through. All right, Kane, we didn't get to hear your question, but you're back on. Uh-oh.
Oh, he froze again.
Yeah, it might have froze. Shoot. The internet's not cooperating tonight.
Hey Kane, if you can hear me, type a way to get a hold of you in the chat because I make music too, and I wanna do something.
Yeah, Kane, if you did hear that, if you could put your link in the chat, I'll be happy. When I'm done with this stream, I'm gonna post everyone's links where people can find where people are posting at. So if you want to share your music page, he unfroze, but shoot, we still can't hear him.
He's on mute.
He's not muted. It's the internet connection. Let me check. Yeah, he's definitely not muted. Yeah. What, was that him? You know what, Kane? Here, I got a backup solution for Kane. All right, you guys don't call in. It's for Kane. Kane, if you know the number for my show, the 509 number, I'm gonna open up the phone real quick. You guys don't call in. This is just for Kane. It's
Type in the private chat.
Oh yeah, that's a good.
Everyone call in. Just kidding.
All right. Well, Kane is gonna have to know where to look in the chat. I even had to try.
True.
Kane, if you can see where it says private chat, I just posted the number in there, but I'll just say it out loud too. But only let Kane call in if he wants to. 509-560-4982. Just call the phone number 509-560-4982, and we'll get that thought out there that you tried to get in tonight. But all right, Script Unveiled just gave us the decode. Just a reminder, the same stuff's going on all over the world. 208, did you want to close out with a thought tonight?
Yeah, I just wanted to say I just been working a lot, making a lot of beats, and I'm just stacking up. I got probably like 2 albums at least worth of like unreleased shit, like quality shit. Not just throwaways. I have like a lot of throwaways that I don't think's good, but shit that I think's good. I have like a lot of material, and I want to start working with people, and that's cool that Kane just joined, because if he can hear this, I don't know if he can hear this, but drop a way to get a hold of you, because we can make some shit. Let's do it.
All right. Collaboration. And Brian, back for his second week in a row. Closing thoughts tonight, man?
I appreciate that all you have the minds you do, and you feel a lot less lonely in the world, and I appreciate it. That's all I got to say.
Well, thanks for joining us 2 weeks in a row. And D26, closing thought tonight?
I guess I've spoken enough for everyone. So yeah.
Okay, well, you did a brilliant job. We appreciate it. And Decoding with Cody.
Yeah, I just want to thank everyone again. I'm going to come on every Sunday probably. I'm updating my channel. I'm making documents every day. Decoding with Cody's my channel. And like I said, I'll keep updating, and I keep enjoying meeting all you guys. And I hope to be out at April 19th, but I don't know if I'll make it, but I hope to. So.
Okay, if you can, it's no problem. But I appreciate that. And,
real quick, I got one more thing to say. Actually.
Okay.
Everybody listening in the chat, and then everybody here, minus you, Zach, because I know that you got some stuff to do after this. But if nobody has anything to do, everybody go check out Rambo's video on the Sophia robots. It's like 40 minutes long. That shit is insane. It's crazy. That's all I want to say. Just check that out.
Indeed. And GTM Kane, let's just see. I think he's frozen, though. It looks like his screen froze.
Yeah, I'll just make a quick point. I just want to know if my voice is coming clear on the StreamYard.
Very clear.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. Because I just hope I'm not sounding like Apu again. So
It's funny though. Before tonight, I envisioned you being much younger for some reason. So
yeah, it's just that I just stick to this look in the lockdown. I grew up so much beard, so I was like, okay, this looks good, so I just keep this forever.
You got a wonderful
yeah, it
beard.
does look good. It does look good. I just because you don't have a face until you see somebody's face. I remember you saying you were young, so I was imagining somebody very youthful.
Okay, you just said it's like a lot of people think that I'm a what is it, middle-aged Mexican, something like that.
You tell me you look old. It's just in my head before you talked tonight. I just had I don't know. I was envisioning like you were still in high school or something. So anyway.
Sorry for the disappointment.
No, it's not a disappointment, man. Very glad to have you. Very glad to have you on. And again, the work's brilliant. I love how you're really going back and going through Hebrew in a very thorough way. It's excellent. So keep it up.
Yeah, next time I will probably start with the Greek thing because I have some decodes on that as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, our friend has not phoned in yet. He might have given up. That's too bad that the technology wasn't cooperating, but we will be back next week. And again, thank you to everyone who hit the like. Thank you to everyone who hit the share. And I will get all the pinned channels as a top post, so you guys can know right where to go, where to subscribe. Brian, did you have a platform where you're posting?
I haven't. All I have is a free to find truth, but I honestly don't remember what my name is yet.
Okay. That's all right. That's all right. In due time.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty newbie still. Sorry.
All right. Hold on. Kane just sent an email. He emailed. All right. He says he's going to look into the. He's definitely going to chime in next week. All right. He's going to get back to us next week. So he said he'll get it figured out for the next stream. So we'll hear from Kane next week. All right, gentlemen.
One thing I wanted to say to you, Zach, is I put on Free to Find Truth if there could be a dark mode for the website, like if you could change the theme to dark, and a bunch of people like Neo the Hacker, everybody wants it. So if you could talk to the developer and if he can do a dark mode, that would be great.
I gave him that feedback a while ago, and he said he was going to work on it. And sometimes it takes him forever to do simple things, but I think that can be done, and I will remind him again. So
okay,
appreciate it.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Okay, thanks for having me on.
All right,
everybody, subscribe to me.
I will link your channel and everyone else's. So.
Yeah, Script Unveiled, Decoding with Cody D26. So
All
yeah,
right.
thanks for having me on.
All right, you're very welcome.
Okay, bye.
All right, you guys have a great night.
You too, Zach.
All right,
Thanks,
take
everyone.
care.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you.